All right. Hey, I'm live. How you doing, everybody? Bruce here, Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm not sure if this picture is working very well or not. You're going to have to let me know because we're a bit overloaded on internet right now. The question is, will this broadcast be broadcasting properly? Can you folks see me okay? I'm going to double check my own channel and see if I'm on the air. And we're going live because of GameStop. We have to talk about what's happening with GameStop. All right, I can hear myself, so I know I'm broadcasting live as far as my voice goes. The photo is a little delayed at the moment. Don't worry, it will come back. But I wanted to just go live to give you an update on what's happening on GameStop shares. What a crazy day we've had here, and the last 20 minutes have just been insane. Do not fret if it's dropping on you. I don't think this is fatal, but I think what we're into here are some serious waves of buying and selling that are coming up. At the moment, as I see it, looking at the Market Watch website, I'm showing it at $89.95 a share right now, still up $24.95 on the day. It was just 15 minutes ago, I believe, as high as $160 a share for a nanosecond or two as the stock gapped out. Again, buying waves keep coming into the stock, which is telling me we have got wave after wave of short covering, short squeezing going on. Various firms are trying to settle up their contracts for call contracts on the Chicago Exchange. For those of you who don't know what it is I'm talking about, because you come to me for explaining this in plain English, got to tell you, folks, that ever since since the summertime, but certainly the fall, November and December, there have been a lot of call contracts picked up by speculators, very much out of the money at the time. In other words, back in, say, November, when the shares were trading around $10, $15, $20 a share range, even if that, you could have purchased call contracts at $30, $35, $40, $45, even up to $60 a share. Some of these contracts were $20, $30 out of the money, and people were paying pennies on the dollar to buy 100 share call contracts, and they would buy 50 at a time, 100 at a time, 200 at a time, putting a couple $1,000 on the line and going, hey, if I make any money, I'm a happy guy. If I don't, I don't. See, MG Toe, I have 5 call options at 7. They expire in July. You're up seriously at the moment. I think you can be up even more the way this stock has been reacting. You can always put in a limit order and look forward and go, hey, if it hits this price, I'm prepared to take the sale. But otherwise, you've got to endure the minute-to-minute selling. Getting back to the call contracts, though, there are a lot of call contracts out there that are in investors' hands that expired this past Friday. And these call contracts now are being exercised, where people who own the contracts are saying, I'm happy to buy the shares at $35 a share because that's what my contract says I have, with the stock trading at, say, 85 or whatever it is. I'm up $50. I would love to buy my 100 shares. Well, there's a lot of savvy investors out there who are going, you know what, I could have sold the contract and made my $50 gain, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call for the stock, which creates a greater short squeeze on the paper itself. And what's happening today, and what happened in the pre-market, is that Chicago mercantile exchange professionals, market makers who make the markets for these options, have had to start buying stock in the open market to deliver the shares for the call contracts. This is a contractual obligation that these market makers are under. And of course, they're buying the shares at, let's say, $88 right now, or they're buying it at $100 or $120 and selling it to the contract holder for 35 or 40, whatever the exercise price is, 35, 40, 45, and they're taking the loss as a differential. That's the price for being a market maker and being an aggressive market maker. If you were offering thousands of contracts at 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, $60, you were selling all kinds of contracts. Now you've got to honor a whole bunch of contracts. And that is exactly what's going on here. How high can the shares go? Well, they can take these incredible, shots, just these wild swings, at any moment in time, because again, the difference between the last sale is the bid and ask situation at any moment in time. So if there's a buyer that needs 20,000 shares and there's only a seller with 1,000, and there's a seller $1 higher than that for 1,000, and there's a seller for 500 shares at $2 higher than that, this 20,000 share buyer might have to go in at market and just start buying whatever they can get at whatever price they can get it for. And this is why we have seen so far today 2 real spikes in the price of the stock. Pre-market this morning at about 4:30 Eastern time, we saw the shares hit 131, I believe it was this morning, 136, and backed off into the 85-90 range at the opening. And then today here reached 160 odd just a few minutes ago, had gone from about 102 to 160 in about 15-20 minutes. And now it's backed off again. And I'm assuming it's in this $88 range. I'm not exactly sure. My internet is acting up. I don't know how yours is doing, but unbelievable activity out there. Keep in mind that with all of this activity, nothing has changed at the corporation whatsoever. I see the last trade now is $95 again. It's going up. The GameStop people haven't done anything different over the weekend. They haven't, changed their business, added a new director, declared any profits or losses. They're doing what they always do. They sell gaming systems and games. They're having trouble delivering game systems to their customers like everyone else is because of the unbelievable demand for the new gaming systems from Sony and from Microsoft, the Xbox system. GameStop will probably have a 6 months to a 1 year wonderful run here as they try to fill these orders like everyone else, even at Best Buy and Amazon. Because these gaming systems are probably trading at a premium on the open market, in the secondary market. The company, of course, GameStop, is converting itself from a brick and mortar company to an e-commerce company, and this is the one, as far as my opinion is concerned, this is the one area that a lot of analysts are just not paying attention to enough. They mention it, but they don't believe it. They immediately say, well, yeah, they're turning into an e-commerce company, but this is not going to be like Chewy, which is the company that Ryan Cohen founded, who is now a director of GameStop. They immediately just poo-poo it. They just poo-poo that, oh, it's not going to be like Chewy. Well, maybe it'll be better than Chewy. It could be just as good or better. If you look at how many shares are outstanding on Chewy and the fact that that company loses money right now versus how many shares are outstanding on GameStop, Chewy is trading at a higher price. As a matter of fact, this morning when I was looking at it, I was thinking about GameStop sitting at $65 on Friday's close and Chewy sitting at $100 and something a share. And I thought, hey, GameStop is undervalued compared to Chewy. At $160 a share, maybe it's overvalued compared to Chewy. On the other hand, 3 months from now, if GameStop does what I think they're going to do, which is sell off their retail divisions in Australia, New Zealand, England, and Europe, turn that into cash and go e-commerce with a whole lot fewer stores in North America because their leases are expiring as each month goes by. They're not going to renew a bunch of these leases. Maybe 3 months from now, this company does more sales per share outstanding than Chewy does. And perhaps they have a higher margin than Chewy does. And perhaps these shares are worth a heck of a lot more money. Would I be a seller right now? Well, I just saw the last trade at 105. So while I've been talking to you, it's been 85 to 105 again. I wouldn't be in a hurry to offload these shares right now. These settlements of these contracts I was talking about at the CME, they have to take place today and tomorrow. It's another 2 days. I also read this morning some other information. This Friday coming up are, again, hundreds of thousands of call contracts are also coming up for exercise. And some of these contracts are running up to $115 a piece. So you think about how many hundreds of thousands of contracts were issued at $35, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90. They're all in the money right now. If they're all in the money on Friday, look out Monday morning for an even larger requirement of market makers to acquire stock in GameStop to deliver against the contracts they've written. Remember, for months now, last October, November, December, and now January, market makers in Chicago have been offering call contracts like no one's business at unbelievable premiums. This is why they're offering them. People are paying ridiculous premiums to buy call contracts out of the money, and the market makers have been happy to take the cash and take the deal. The catch, of course, is if you sell a $40 call contract and get a $15, say a $15 premium, you're getting $55 a share, but you got to buy them now at $111 to deliver. There's the problem. All of a sudden, market makers in Chicago have found themselves to be short sellers of the stock. And this is creating all kinds of issues for them. Now, will there be entities going bankrupt because of this? I don't think, as far as the CME is concerned, not necessarily. Will there be individual investors out there losing it all? Yes, there are a ton of investors out there who are short the stock, who wrote naked calls. They're getting caught with their pants down. They're going to suffer a terrible price for this. However, for those of you who are long, and there are a lot of you who are long the stock, not only the 70 million shares that are outstanding, plus the 70 million that have been shorted, or 71 million, that's 141 million of long holders. There's a whole bunch of you buying into this stock on top of that, trying to get in. That's why all this turnover is happening. We have traded today 78 million shares of GameStop. There are only 50 odd million that could possibly trade hands. And I know for a fact that maybe only 10 million of those are really trading hands, if that. This stock is turning over and over and over and over and over again. There are people out there who are trying to short the stock right now. They're figuring, well, at 108, 110, 115 a share, I'll short it. And I'll buy it back at 80. I'll buy it back at 90, or I'll buy it back at 70. I'm not greedy. I'll just make my money wherever the market lets me make my money. That's the beauty of the stock market. You can take your position anywhere you want to take it. The question is, can you hold it? If you're shorting GameStop right now, you're paying upwards of 30 to 35% interest on the value of your short sale to carry the stock. That works out to about 3% interest per month. And if you're holding a $100,000 short position, which right now would be what, 1,000 shares? You're paying $3,000 a month in interest to carry the trade. That's how much you're losing if the stock doesn't go down on you. If it goes up on you, you lose even more on top of the interest. So if you make, in a month, you make 10 grand, you made $10 on a normal deal, but you had to give 3,000 away in carrying charges. You only netted out 7,000. Is it worth the risk? One has to ask oneself. With like I say, with the stock doing what it's doing right now and trading the way it's trading, I would not want to be a shorter at this point in time, and I would not want to be a naked call option writer. I wouldn't want to be exercised with this thing. How much higher can it go is the question. There's no limit to how high the stock can go. That's the short answer. There's a practical answer that maybe it might go a little bit, but not too much. It could go a lot higher from here. No question about it. It really could. The question is 150 the number? Is 200 the number? Is 250 the number? I would like to see the company immediately, as sooner or rather than later, issue stock from its treasury and cash in on these prices. I'd like to see GameStop put some serious money in its bank account by issuing stock from its treasury in an organized way, which I know the brokerage community can easily accomplish for this company. The imbalances of the stock are just unbelievable, and the Goldman Sachs and others of this world can easily help these guys raise 50 million a day, 100 million bucks a day, and help that company stack its treasury with a ton of cash. And of course, every time the company sells stock at levels like this and puts the money in its bank account, the book value of the company goes up. And there's a lot of analysts out there who have no target prices for this stock anywhere more than $15 or $20 a share. Well, if these guys were able to sell 10 or 20 million shares at levels around here, they'd be putting $1 or $2 billion cash in their account, and that would increase the book value of the company dramatically, which would, of course, force the analysts to raise their stock price estimates. And that, of course, creates another round of excitement. Another round of excitement for the stock to go even higher. It is an unbelievable story. This sort of thing happens, but not in this kind of craziness. I have seen over the years that I've been around short sales and short squeezes, but nothing like what we're seeing here, where a stock can virtually double in price in one day and double from the day before and double from the week before. This is truly unbelievable. I love the model that Tesla did, that Tesla used when their shares were $40, $50 pre-split a while ago. The shares went up and up and up, and they just started issuing stock from the treasury. And the analysts in Wall Street were thinking, these guys are nuts. They're raising $5 billion by selling stock at $150 a share, $200 a share. What they didn't fail to realize was that as each round went by and a few months would go by, and Elon Musk would issue another $5 billion worth of stock, and a few months later, he'd issue another $5 billion worth of stock. That company is now sitting on over 30 billion cash, no debt, building factories with cash, and solidifying their position as the number one electric car maker and one of the top solar battery producers in the world. And the stock's $850. Now analysts are saying, oh, they could go to 1,000. Analysts are saying it'll go even higher. Everyone knows in Wall Street that if Elon Musk wanted to raise $10 billion this week, he could raise it without any problem whatsoever by just issuing some stock. And he has to issue less stock today than he did a year ago, which is the other kicker. Here with GameStop, as I've said, the shares were $5 a share last summer. Then they reached that $10, $12, $15 range in the fall. Then through November, December, they began to show signs of higher life, reaching this $15 to $20 range. After Andrew Cohen got involved, and now things have gone absolutely, what someone was saying this morning, parabolically crazy. And as I said, at $106 a share, I would really be happy to see a press release or an SEC filing where this company is going to announce the sale of shares, where they just intend to say we want to raise $500 million at market prices. They don't even have to tell us the price of the shares that they're going to sell them at. They can just tell us how much money they want to raise. And, raise $500 million. A week later, they announce, we raised $500 million, an average of so much a share. And then a week or two later, do another one. Say, we're going to raise $500 million at market prices. Let our brokers take care of it. You just do a series of these. I think the shares can go even higher than they are now, because it puts the company in a real cash-rich position, and the selling off of some of the retail divisions that they're not going to carry any longer will put $500-600 million in the cash in the till as well, and that'll just make them really cash-rich. With their debt will be a non-issue whatsoever, and that allows them all the time in the world to go right into e-commerce. And if they need to acquire anyone else to help them be better in e-commerce, they can do that. They can buy with cash if they want, or with this new currency called stock, they can issue stock for assets, and without really changing much in the way of control out there. The higher the shares go, the fewer shares you issue for a lot more money and or assets. And this company can completely transforms itself into an e-commerce powerhouse in this gaming sector. I was hearing again this morning on Wall Street, people were talking about, it just doesn't make sense that these guys want to do this. They're going to get crushed by Amazon. They're going to get crushed by Best Buy, and they're losing market share, and on it goes. I don't believe it. I think that they're going to out-hustle Amazon and other online sellers for the business, because with Andrew Cohen in charge, who transformed or took this Chewy company, this pet supply, pet food and pet supply online retailer, the people who go to the Chewy website, pet owners, are diehards. You can't shake them out. You can't steal them. Amazon can't get them away from these guys. And yet, I bet you can get better prices for certain products on Amazon that you can't get on Chewy. But the experience of buying through Chewy, it's a loyalty thing. And I think that this is what's going to happen here with GameStop. I think the GameStop website is going to be completely reimagined. And gamers, and there are, by the way, 55 million members of this club that Best Buy has. They call it the Power Up Club. 55 million of them, which the company has their email addresses and so on. That's who they're going to be marketing to. They're going to be marketing to their diehards. They don't have to find another 50 million people to want to buy their products at all. They'll just convert their brick and mortar buyers bit by bit by bit into e-commerce buyers. And what they don't have to do, that other companies starting out have to do, is they don't have to buy mailing lists, emailing lists, or try to create online customers. They already have online customers, followers, believers, and fans of the company. And this is a multi-billion-dollar advantage over anyone else on the outside in this business. The folks at Best Buy and at Amazon, they have an incredible number of customers that buy from them, but they're fractured. Amazon has people that buy toilet paper, that buy loungers, that buy furniture, televisions, a million other products, shoes and jewelry and everything under the sun, books and everything else. GameStop has gamers. 55 million gamers are part of the GameStop Power Up family. And this is who they are targeting to. They're not going to target the people who buy women's shoes. They're not going to try to target people who buy fur coats. They're after just their gamers. And I think they're going to corner their gamers with the loyalty that this company can build by offering them all kinds of opportunities. Maybe it might be gaming tournaments. It might be special draws, special discounts, promotions. I can see the game producers, the game makers out there saddling up to GameStop saying, this is the place where I want to promote my new game because you guys can promote it instantly to the 55 million followers you have right now. And I think that 55 million tally will skyrocket because they're now going to zero in on it through the Cohen connection and his two associates that have joined the board of directors. This is where this company is completely shifting out of the brick and mortar side to the e-commerce side, and the market doesn't get it. One thing I'll mention also, I find it incredible that it's completely okay as far as the establishment goes in Wall Street. I won't mention names, but you all know, if you're following the markets, you know who I'm talking about. It's quite all right, they say, if a company is a private company, they do a series of rounds of financings. For example, the DoorDashes of the world and the Airbnbs of the world and all the other companies that have gone public in the last, 4 years. It's quite all right that these companies do rounds and rounds of private placements to hedge fund investors and other insiders. Then they go to the brokerage community, Wall Street, to try to go public. They do the so-called roadshow, and they try to drum up support and interest for an IPO. And you and I on the outside, the only time we're allowed to buy in is once the stock starts trading on the exchange. And how many times have we watched on television and elsewhere where an IPO is being rumored to be done at $60 to $70 a share, and then a couple of days later it's $65 to $75 a share, and then the day of the underwriting it's being done at $84 a share, and the first trade for the stock is $160 a share. And that's where the retail investor can come in. That's you and me. And that's okay. As far as Wall Street goes and all the bankers and the regulators, that's all okay. Where here we have GameStop with a scenario where it's completely oversold on the short side. We have short sellers who hammered this stock for the longest time, trying to kill this market. Let me try and show you a chart if I can. I hope this shows up on the screen for you. Here's the price of GameStop from 2010 to 15 and then 15 to 20. Look at that. Look at the stock from the $30, $45 neighborhood there back in 2015. You know how many short sellers jumped in on that area and just hammered the stock? And look how it got hammered and hammered and hammered and hammered. You know what? Nobody complained to any regulator. No analysts were complaining that the short sellers were hammering the stock mercilessly to kill the market and absolutely destroy the ability of this company to raise any kind of cash. Everyone was looking for this company to go bankrupt, and yet they had 5,000 stores still running along, and yet the stock was just getting crushed. Now, all of a sudden, this is the story here. Here's the other chart, if I can get this one up. Here you go. Here's a stock chart for you. The percentage of the public float that is shorts has been sold short. 71 million shares are short, and on the top right there, you can see that the top of the chart hitting the 140% mark. So that means that 140% of all the free floating shares have been shorted. Shorters were allowed to do that to this company in the last year, from about 2018, as you can see in the bottom there, all the way to 2022. Look at all the shorting that's been going on now for the last, year and a half. That's okay. Everything's all right. But now the short sellers are running into they're getting their comeuppance. Is that the right word? Comeuppance. They're getting hit and getting. How about this? How about this? Okay, here, are we back? Is this working out all right? Sorry, folks, we're trying to figure this out. Is it working out all right? I think we still got a choppy photo here, but we are back. Okay, we're back. Thank you for letting me know, everybody. Yeah, so I have no mercy for anyone losing money on GameStop right now. If you've shorted this stock and you had a real party just hammering these guys for the last 2 years, and you're now getting your clock cleaned, too damn bad. You deserve everything that's going to happen to you. I've seen too many investors get hosed where they buy on the IPO day at $160 a share opening trade, and then 3 days later the stock's trading 120, and no one cries for them. As a matter of fact, they actually chastise them for being the sucker paying the 165 price. Reality was they never had a chance to get in at a lower price ever, and now they're getting and now they're trying to get into a so-called hot market. It turns out they ended up buying at the high. They had no chance to get in. The bankers made their money, the Wall Street boys made their money, the insiders got the opportunity to sell in the secondary. They went public. Their stock options are worth a fortune, but the retailer got nailed. The other thing I find interesting is public companies go public now, and public companies only issue 10 to 15% of the stock to the investment public. That's all they issue. They keep 85% of the stock back to the founders so that they can keep control, and the rest of the stock, 15%, is in the street, and that stock is trading at hundreds of dollars a share. The other thing I notice is that the insiders are issuing two classes of stock. The one class of stock they issue is the one with all the votes. That doesn't publicly trade. They keep that for themselves. And the secondary stock they issue, the common stock for investors, has maybe 1/10 the voting power of the special class of shares that the insiders have. And the public has no power to oust these guys. To me, this is a stacked deck against investors, the ones who are putting up the cash. And so when I see a GameStop doing what it's doing right now, I say payback time. Nice to see it. You have a company here with 50 odd million shares, available stock to trade, and you probably got 500 million shares of buying interest in the stock. And the first domino to fall is the short seller. And the second domino to fall will be the transformation of this company from a brick and mortar company to a e-commerce company. And I think we're at the very beginning of a very, very interesting run. And now, those of you out there who bought the stock at $4, $5, $6, $7 a share when you did, now you know what it feels like to be an insider of a publicly traded company that goes public on an IPO and opens up at a ridiculous price per share. You're asking yourself, what do? I don't know what to do. I'm in at $7. I'm in at 10. I'm in at 15. I'm in at 30. And the stock's $100 a share, or right now $93.50. What am I supposed to do? Well, enjoy the ride is one. Take some money off the table is number two. Sell enough stock to get all your cash out. and hold the rest for free. What way to go. Don't go short. Don't try to guess the down dip of the market. Just enjoy the run up on the market and avoid getting caught on a short squeeze scenario. Let those who play that game pay the ultimate price. Like I said, should you buy, should you sell? It all depends on when you got in and at what level, how many you bought. The squeeze is not over. This is only the beginning. I think we're going to see much higher prices for the shares, high volume for the shares. We're at 78 million shares traded now already today. I think we're going to see much more volume, a lot of speculation. And we've only just begun. I mean, right now it's at 95.87 is what I see here. 95.87. You remember the short seller last week, Andrew Left, that said it was going to go back to 20? You remember that? That was 4 days ago, and that didn't happen. Then the stock went to the 65, 70 range, and people thought it'll go back to 40. That didn't happen. This morning it opened, and admittedly, it's hit kind of a crazy number today at almost $160 a share, but it's still sitting at $95 a share. Not bad for a stock that was $488 or whatever. By the way, don't forget the company bought back 34 million of their own shares last year, the year before, at about $5.14 a share. 34.6 million at $5.14 a share is what the corporation bought its own stock back for, because they felt it was undervalued at that time. The short sellers, which there were tens of millions, were saying, you guys are idiots. Here, you want to buy back stock? Here, we'll give you stock. We'll give you stock. Well, they gave it to them, and the company took 34 million off the shorters' hands, and anyone else that didn't believe. Do you think those guys would like to get that trade back now? $5.14 a share. How many tens of millions were shorted between $5 and $15 a share? And we're now sitting at 97.04. Oh my goodness. By the way, a special shout out to those of you out there who've been helping this YouTuber stay on the air. I'm not sure if there's a super chat button set up on this channel or not yet. But I have been receiving from some of you PayPal donations, which I am very much appreciative of. It is the preferred method that I always mention. I have two channels. I have a Traveling with Bruce channel as well, and I always say to my viewers, if you want to support this YouTuber with a donation, please do it through PayPal, because I get 96 to 98% of whatever funds come my way through that system. The links are usually down below for that. And thank you all for that. I know some of you have been mentioning to me that you've done rather well with this trade and that there's a reward in the offering. Well, I do appreciate that, but I also just appreciate any old donations to this YouTuber's cause. It is my full-time job being a YouTuber on this channel, Stock Markets with Bruce, and Traveling with Bruce. Today being Monday, I will be live twice more today on this channel right here. I will be live at 7 o'clock for sponsor members if you want to join the club. I also talk about stocks as well on that show. And I also will be live at 8 o'clock tonight, live to the world on Traveling with Bruce, where I'll talk about the travel side, and I'll talk a little bit about the markets as well if any of you want me to do so. John Lewis, you're awesome, buddy. That's the first super chat I've ever received on Stock Markets with Bruce. I don't think I've ever received one through YouTube. I don't mind super chats. I don't mind super stickers. They're fine as well. They sure look great to see on the screen. But also any of you out there who are sending me PayPal donations, really do appreciate it. Those I keep confidential, of course, because they're off the channel. But I thank you. And John, in honor of you making a donation to my cause, I'm going to fire up for you some fireworks. Thank you for supporting me today with this super chat. Oh, Ryan, you too, buddy. This fireworks show is for both of you guys. Here it comes. Here we go. This won't last long. Here we go. There we go. Thank you guys for breaking the ice, and Ryan, thank you for your $5 donation, and also that £5 donation that came in a little earlier from who did that one? John Lewis. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. You guys are great. All right. I'll just react to some of your comments if I can. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. I know some of these comments are a while back, so bear with me. Also, keep in mind that I'm looking at my show on my iPhone, and it looks pretty smooth. The picture looks pretty good, but I'm watching myself on my computer here, and it's really choppy. So I'm not sure how good your reception is today of my image. The hope I have is that the voice is clear and is working out. GameStop now at 103.74 a share, climbing yet again. Do not be surprised if we get wave after wave of movement. I just see it continually doing this. And I think that the volume today will be over 100 million yet again. People I am the oppressor says, I hear they can only issue 100 million worth of shares. I don't believe that's the case at all. They can issue all they want. I would say though that with 70 million outstanding, they might be interested in offloading 20 or 30 million shares. And if they did 30 million at say $100 a pop, let's say on average, that would bring in, I think, $3 billion in cash. That would be pretty good. A company with 100 million shares outstanding, $3 billion cash, the ability to probably raise another 600 million from the sale of some of their stores overseas, 3.6 billion cash, not a lot of debt. Going into e-commerce, they'd be in pretty good shape with only 100 million shares outstanding. But there's no law saying they can't issue more stock. I also firmly believe that it would not surprise me if some of the insiders, and maybe Ryan Cohen himself, he might buy another 5 million shares at $100 himself. He'll just buy the stock, and now he'll have 14 million shares of the company and put 50 million into the till or whatever the number is. Just a ton of cash. I can see this happening. I really. Mr. Cohen, I don't think, and his associates are in here for the stock to just reach $100 a share. I don't think they bother. There's much more than that. I think they're here for quite a number of years, and I think they're here for a much, much higher payoff because of what they've seen going on in the IPO market and others. And this short squeeze just made everything happen that much sooner, that much faster. For the first time since my broadcast, I'm watching myself on camera in real time without a breakup. So I think the picture might be okay. Thank you, all of you, for being here. If any of you can throw a thumbs up to this telecast, I would really appreciate it. It helps the YouTube promote my channel to more viewers because we are brand new. This channel is only 6 months old, and we're trying to build up our following. Thank you, everybody. I am the oppressor says, on a serious note, I thought they could only issue so many shares. Nope, they can. There's really no reason why they can't issue more. They might need to do a board of directors vote, maybe need to do a shareholder vote. If that, I don't think so. There might be some caveats with bankers, but heck, if they raised 400 or 500 million in cash and just handed it to their bankers and paid off all their notes, they can do whatever the hell they want. And I don't think this is going to be an issue. Streamhelm, 1,000 is God's work. Hold or sell? Hold most, sell a little. Hold most, and enjoy the ride. Use house money is the way I would go with that at it. What are you guys doing to watch the price? I watch the price on a couple of systems. I'm just a regular schmuck like most people out there. I watch it on Market Watch. It's usually fairly accurate. I'll sometimes go to the to other websites. Just Google GME. Just go to Google, hit GME stock, hit enter, and you'll find quotes there from a number of sources available to you. No charge at all. Very, very easy to follow. All right. Nicholas Tube, what's this question? How will issuing more stock impact those holding? Will it cause a share to go down? No, I think if the company were to issue shares at these levels, the shares will go higher. Because in this day and age, companies that are cash rich are powerful. And these guys have an opportunity to raise cash like you can't believe. They have got the opportunity to raise billions of dollars in cash if they play it right. And I'm praying. I've been praying and praying and praying that behind the scenes that the president of the company, CEO, the board of directors, whatever, or whoever's on the committee, they've been in discussions actively with the brokerage community to talk about raising cash. And I am really hoping that there's brokers out there saying, yes, it would be a really good idea if you guys started issuing stock, not to kill the market, just to enjoy it, to take advantage of this market. Because with, what is it now, 78 million shares traded, could be over 80 million by now. With over 80 million shares traded at $100 a share, that's $8 billion in stock trading hands. If my math serves correct, tell me if I'm wrong. Million shares at 80 million shares at $1 a share is $80 million. At $10 a share, it's $800 million. And at $100, it's $8 billion. Is that right? There's $8 billion in stock changing hands today. These guys could be raising $100 million a day without even affecting the market. It wouldn't affect the market 1 penny a share. I really believe that. With this kind of volume, my gosh, if they had 190 million shares trade on Friday, 190 million. You do that today at $100 a share, that's $19 billion of stock changing hands. You can't raise 200 or 300 million out of that. Something's wrong. So the brokers don't deserve to be in business if they can't do it. So yes, I would really like to see the company go out there and raise cash. I would really like to see that. If they could raise some cash to build up their cash position, I would be a happy guy. That would, in my opinion, build the value of the company every dollar they bring in. Like I say, in theory, there's 70 million outstanding. If they were to issue 70 million right now at $100 a share, they'd bring in 7 billion cash, right? So you have a company with 7 billion cash and 140 million shares outstanding. That's a $50 book value in cash, plus the enterprise value. This stock could go to $200 a share. There are public companies that have way less cash than that and way more shares than that, trading at a much higher price than that. So I can see where this would be a huge, smart, winning move for the company to raise cash at these levels. Absolutely is what they should be doing. I'm just looking up here all the time, by the way. You're wondering, what am I looking at? It's my big ass iPad, which is acting up on me. I'm trying to get it to cooperate, and I'm just trying to follow the GameStop story. Here it is again, 95.28. The Dow right now is off 400 points. Doesn't matter to GameStop. Like I said, GameStop has a wonderful problem on its hands. People who are long GameStop shares are in a luxurious position. They own stock in a company with only 50 odd million shares that can possibly trade in the open market. And there's probably 500 million shares of buying interest on the stock. That is the issue. It's a 10-to-1 imbalance, not at this second, but on an overall basis. And the stock is the darling of the internet right now. Wall Street Bets, which is the site that's affiliated with Reddit, there are 2+ million people hanging out there talking about GameStop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in every time zone on the planet. If you folks out there think that this stock is only being bought and sold by people in Canada and the US, think again. This stock is being followed by investors around the world all the time. It's trading in Europe in aftermarket or pre-market. It's trading pre-market in the US, post-market in the US. This stock is the stock that is being talked about right now on the entire World Wide Web amongst probably tens of millions of investors. And again, I come back to it. If every investor out there wanted to buy 100 shares of this thing, now what used to be known as a board lot when I was a stockbroker, there aren't enough shares. I don't care how many are shorted on top of it and everything. There aren't enough shares. Folks are telling me where they're from. Sweden's in the house. You folks, please do tell me, where are you from? What city, what country are you from? Let everyone else know here. We have 286 people watching me live right now. Please throw this show a thumbs up if you don't mind and help the momentum of my channel. And if anyone is out there, can tell me, how many thumbs ups do I have right now for this show, I would appreciate it because I'm too busy just doing this thing. Here come the store, the location: Chicago, Germany, USA, New York, EU, Canada, Switzerland, Sweden, Venice Beach, UK, Lille, France, Germany, Hong Kong. They're all here. 78 thumbs up. Guys, we can do better than that. 86 thumbs up. We can do better than that. There's 291 of you here. Everybody throw a thumbs up on this show. They're free to hand out. Thank you, all of you out there who have been making a couple super chats today. You're awesome. Thank you. And anyone making a donation on PayPal, thank you very much. As I said before, I'm a full-time YouTuber. I do not own any shares of GameStop. I don't have any options in GameStop. I am not an investor in this company or the markets in general. I am basically a commentator. I am a presenter on YouTube. I love talking about traveling with cruise ships in particular. I cover the cruise ship stocks and I talk about them all the time. 121 thumbs up. You guys are awesome. Keep it coming. This is great. I love talking about the travel business on Traveling with Bruce. I love talking about the stock market here. And I like to talk about the stock market in a plain English kind of way, if at all possible, to make it understandable for many of you out there who don't know what the hell some of these terms are that some of these hotshot Wall Street guys are using. They're using words that make no sense to the human ear. 97.44, 96.59 is where the stock is right now for GameStop. It's the one stock I'm talking about on this channel today. People are asking me, what other stocks do you like? What others do you recommend? Stay tuned to this channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell icon and get alerts from YouTube every time I go live or do a video. I did a video an hour before the open this morning about GameStop. I'm now live this afternoon without any warning whatsoever. This is an unscheduled live show. I'll be live tonight on Traveling with Bruce at 7 o'clock Eastern for sponsor members, 8 o'clock Eastern for anyone on the channel. But you never know when I go live again on this channel because things are happening so quickly on this particular stock. I felt I had to go live today to give you folks a heads up as to what's really going on. It's just insane. Cheers to all of you out there who are following me on Traveling with Bruce and Stock Markets with Bruce. I do appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing to both channels. Cheers to all of you out there. So far, I do have souvenir items available for Traveling with Bruce, but not yet for Stock Markets with Bruce. The channel is so new, I haven't even got to the start to offer coffee mugs or T-shirts yet. We'll get to that later, and you can support the channel that way down the line. Thank you, all of you, for being here today. I really appreciate it. Some more comments. Let's see what's going on here. 121 thumbs up. There we go. Even with a massive volume, what do you see EOW for GameStop? Even with massive volume, what do you see for EOW? I don't even know what EOW stands for, and I'm supposedly the market expert. The long-term game plan for GameStop could be quite a bit higher once they do what I hope they do, and that is raise some cash at these levels and higher. What do you think of cruise stocks? Cruise stocks are too high. All three of them, the three public companies, Norwegian, Carnival, and Royal Caribbean, they're down today, all three of them, but they're way too high, in my opinion, at this point. Bruce, the real MVP. Thank you, Mr. Chur. Crispy, I love this guy. His GME is top notch. Thank you. David, please explain calls in plain language. What is a call contract? A call contract allows an investor to, an investor is allowed to buy a contract that allows that person to buy 100 shares of a stock at a set price for a set amount of time. Right now, GameStop is $98 a share. Okay, let's use today's prices. All right, GameStop is about $98 a share. GameStop options, just for the heck of it, I'm taking a peek. See if I can find anything on this. Let's see here. Let's go to maybe March contracts. Okay. Can I go any further? Sorry, folks. I'm trying to find a contract that will work for us. So just bear with me here. Having trouble. Show all. Here we go. Here we go. All right. January 29th, 2021. That's this week. And if I go to February, I don't like that. Contracts go 1 week at a time. You can buy a call contract that expires this Friday or next Friday or the Friday after that or a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, and on it goes. You can buy contracts at different strike prices. In other words, the price that you can get the stock at on a call contract. So I'm trying to find a call contract that would be, say, at 100, but I can't find any on this system here, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm not having any luck with that. So let me just kind of go back, and I'll go back to theoretical. Stock's trading at about $100 a share. If I want to buy a call contract that lets me buy stock at $110 a share for the next, say, 2 months, I have to pay a premium right now for that contract. I have to pay the seller of the contract, the person saying to me, I'll let you buy my 100 shares at $110 a share if you give me so much money now. Stock's at $100 a share. The stock is going crazy. I'll tell you what, give me $25 a share. And this is all theoretical. Give me $25 a share right now. And you can buy 100 shares off of me for $110 between now and the end of February. Good deal or not a good deal? It all depends. Well, it's a good deal if you buy them and the shares go to $150 tomorrow, let's say. If they go to 150 tomorrow and you can buy them for 110 between when you got the contract and when the contract expires, the end of February, when it's $150 a share, you're already up $40 a share on the contract, the strike price, the 110 price you can buy it at versus what it's trading at, 150 a share. There's a $40 gain there, but you pay $25 for the privilege. You're only up $15. Follow that? You can buy the stock for 110. You pay $25 for the contract. You're really paying $135, but you have until the end of February to decide if you want to do that or not. The bottom line, though, is you buy the contract for $25 right now, and the stock goes to 150 this afternoon. That contract will trade at 40, the value of the contract, 110 to 150, plus a time premium, which you pay $25 for. It could be a $65 contract this afternoon. You pay $25 for it this morning. You can just sell the contract in the open market. Whoever buys that contract at 65 has the right to buy 100 shares at $110 from the original person that issued that contract at 110, which is good till the end of February. If the stock goes to $200 a share, the contract is worth $90 a share plus time premium. It could be worth $110 a share on the open market. You bought it for 25. You sold it for 65. The guy buying it off you for 65 has now got a $110 contract. That's how you make money on options. How do you lose money on options? You buy it at $25 for a $110 exercise price, and the shares go to $85 today. Your contract goes down to $15 in value. You're down $10 right now on your contract, but you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. You can just carry it and wait. Hopefully the stock will go back up. But if the shares never go back to where they are now, and they stay between now and the end of February, they stay down here under 110 a share, they will eventually be worth nothing because you have the right to buy it at 110 from this guy, or you can buy it on the market for 95 over here. You're not going to pay 110 from this guy. They'll just buy it on the market if you want it. Your $25 contract is worth zero. So there are winners and losers. The winner could be the person offering you the option to buy the stock from him or her at $110 a share because they got $25 right now. They know they're going to get $110 if someone exercises the contract, plus they get to keep the 25 that you gave them, the first buyer of the contract. They're actually selling right now for $135. In theory, you could buy, any of you out there could buy 100 shares of GameStop, $96 a share, and issue a $110 contract. And depending on how long it has to live, you might get $15 for it, $20, $25, $30, $35 a share. In effect, you're locking in a gain on your stock if you get exercised. And that's the magic question. Will you get exercised? There are pro market makers in Chicago that are offering right now $130 contracts. I'm sure they are. Naked. They don't have the stock. They're offering options on stock they don't have at $130 exercise price. And if they're getting $10 a share, they're bringing in $1,000 a contract because one contract represents 100 shares. $10 a share times 100 shares, $1,000 contract. So the market maker is selling contracts for $1,000 each and just sitting on that cash, selling hundreds of them for $1,000 each, has hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash in hand. If the stock doesn't reach 130 between now and exercise day, stays down here, the market maker keeps all that money. And that's how the market maker makes money. Now, I'm just talking about call contracts. There's another contract called a put contract. That's the opposite. And that's where if you buy a put contract for $110, you buy the right to put your shares into the hands of that guy for $110 a piece. So the seller of the put is saying, I'll buy the shares off you for $110 a share till the end of February or end of March, end of April, whenever that contract expires, but you got to give me this much money first. And the stock being at $96 is $14 in the money, because right now I can buy the stock at 96. If I sell it to this guy at 110, I make a $14 profit. What's that contract going to cost me? It's going to cost me $30, $35, a premium on top of the $14 that the contract is in the money right now. There are contracts out there at $96, $97, $98, $99, $100, $101, $102, at every dollar all over the place, up and below this market. And that's always normal. This happens on every stock that's out there that's usually trading at over $5 a share, has enough volume to support an options market. So every Dow 30, all S&P 500 stocks, there are thousands of stocks, or at least hundreds of stocks with options available to buy and sell, where you can write the contract or you can just buy the contract, puts and calls. And this is a market unto itself, specialized in and located in Chicago, the futures exchange. And that's the very simple explanation of how contracts work, from a call contract to a put contract. There's all kinds of other strategies out there where you can buy a call, sell a put, buy a call. You can straddle markets. You can do all kinds of other stuff. That is beyond this channel's range at this point in time. I'm not going to bother going that far. But there are people out there who are sitting here going, I can't afford to buy 1,000 shares of GameStop at $95 a share. I don't have 95 grand to buy that kind of stock, but I would like to enjoy the profitability of 1,000 shares. How can I do that? To do that, you need to buy 10 call contracts. If you buy 10 call contracts, each contract is 100 shares. That's 1,000 shares of optionality that you've just acquired on a stock that is quite volatile. So it's at $90 odd a share. You buy $110 call contracts. They're $20 out of the money. They might still run you $15, $20, $25 a piece to get, but they don't run you $90 a piece to get. There's the difference. Now, there are people out there who were buying when the shares were trading at $20 a share. They were buying $50 contracts. They were double the price out of the money. They were so out of the money. Excuse me. These contracts were trading at $2, $3 a share because they were $25 out of the money, double the price of the stock. And the stock hadn't been there forever. So there were sellers gambling that I'll give you an option to buy at 50. Give me $2 right now. Well, if you bought 10 of those contracts, they would have run you $200 each times 10, $2 grand. You'd have paid $2,000 for the right to buy 1,000 shares at $50 a share. At $90 a share, they're $40 in the money. Each contract is worth $4,000. You got 10 of them, you're worth 40 grand. Your $2,000 is worth $40,000. That's the leverage of 1,000 shares from the $20, $25 range to the $50, $90 range. You can follow me there? If you were able to have purchased the shares at 20, 25, say 1,000 shares, you're worth 90,000 now if they're trading at 90. But with the options, you only had to put up 2 grand to turn it into 40. You made 20 times your money. And this is what is happening on the options market with worldwide investors right now, 24/7. And this is causing a lot of additional speculation on these shares, because the option buyers know there's 70 million shares shorted. There's only 50 odd million that can trade. How can these shorters get out? They can't get out. They can't all get out. And so they need more liquidity to get out. And this is why I'm thinking eventually, hopefully, the company will issue some stock to raise cash, but that will put stock out into the street, which means the shorters might be able to pick some up to cover their short positions at tremendous losses. Tremendous losses, no doubt. We'll see how this all plays out. I hope that was easy enough for you to understand. I didn't want to confuse too many of you. Edinburgh says, Alberto, Jack, why didn't you buy a GME? I don't invest in the markets. I am too busy, and I have to admit that with my Traveling with Bruce channel, which I created 3.5 years ago, I've been putting in 10 to 12 hours a day establishing that channel. And then I created this channel this past summer because I wanted to talk about the markets, because there's not so much to talk about traveling these days. So I wanted a secondary channel to build up. And so I'm putting in my 12 hours a day doing what I'm doing, just working my YouTube stuff. And I just don't have the time, the second by second moment of time I need to stay on top of the markets. And so I'm happy commenting about it and referring to it. But after I do this show, I can concentrate a few hours on Traveling with Bruce again, come back to see what's going on in the market, go back to Traveling with Bruce again, and not miss anything, because I'm not on the hook for a move on a stock like GameStop that just is unbelievable. So that's really why it is. I agree, calls in plain English. I hope you guys understood that. BlackBerry for the meme. What is the realistic limit sell order? What was your experience with the VW short squeeze? No experience at all. Cody, what's going on, Bruce? GameStop hit 150. People think it's going down. They're still wrong. Too many paper hands. I don't think it's going to go too much lower. Visit at Game Paper Hands, FTY, buy the dip. GameStop price target. Alex, EOD price target. Again, if you're asking me for price targets and other stocks, I can't help you. I can only really talk to you about GameStop. I can't give you a solid guess. I can only, speculate with you. At this moment in time, as I'm talking to you right now, it's trading at $84. So it's come down. It was up over 100. It's come back under 100. Get used to this movement on GameStop. This is going to be normal. Excuse me. SDK. Could you explain how it works with different stock exchanges? I'm in Germany and trading on Frankfurt. Do all exchanges have the same price? You might be trading in euros. In London, they might be trading in pounds sterling. Hong Kong, they're trading in Hong Kong dollars or US dollars. North America, Toronto, it's Canadian dollars. Chicago, New York, it's US dollars. So it's to the currency. I don't know what the spreads are between bid and ask. In some cases, it's a penny a share. In some cases, it's more. It all depends the exchange you're dealing with, and they all have their own rules. RIP Life calls are a contract to buy a specific stock at a predetermined price, the strike price on or before a specific date of the future. That's exactly right. What is your exit strategy? Again, I look at this stock here, and I'm thinking, well, when it was trading at 100, 120 bucks a share, I'm thinking, take my money off the table, and the rest is free. Now it's sitting at $78. I have no money at risk because I took my money off the table. What happens here doesn't matter. Is it going to zero? No. Is it going to $200 today? Probably not. Is it going to fluctuate a lot? Yes. Right now, there are short sellers hitting the stock, trying to drop this price. They're trying to panic people out of the stock. That's what's going on. It's a tug of war. It's just a game. This stock could easily go from 78 to 70 to $115 in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's up to you to decide what kind of risk tolerance you have, what kind of patience you have, your time frame, and what is it you're in this for. There are a lot of people who are buying this stock at 70 to sell at 75. Others are going to buy at 75 and sell at 100. Others will literally short it at 100 to buy it back at 80. There are people right here trying to short it at 78 to buy it at 75. It's back and forth, minute to minute, second to second, penny to penny. It's out and out war. And 96 million shares have traded, 20 million since I started talking to all of you when I came on the air earlier. And I have 436 of you watching me right now. Welcome. Tell me, where are you watching me from out there, folks? Throw a thumbs up on this show if you could. It really helps the analytics. I think the thumbs up surge we had about 10 minutes ago brought another 150 of you in here. Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm your GameStop follower today. Following the goings on GameStop. It is absolutely unbelievable, out of control. It is wild. It's wacky. It's fun. And I think this stock is going to fluctuate quite a bit going forward. Folks are coming in from all over the place. This is great. Welcome, everybody. Gary B. Bruce, can you recommend a website that charts changes in short interest and short interest ratio? I can't, Gary. I can only say do some Google searching for short interest. You'll find all kinds of websites. You'll find some that are public and with no charge to join. Others you're going to find where you have to pay a fee. You might get a preview for a while, then you have to pay. I would do YouTube searches and do GameStop or stock shorting, see who's out there on a daily basis. There are presenters on YouTube that love to do charting. They love to chart and follow short sale situations. And then there's guys like me who will try to speak in plain English about what's happening in the market to kind of help everyone figure out, if at all possible, what the heck is happening out there. Cody, end of the week is what Cody is saying. Aaron, end of the week, end of the week, end of the day. Let's see. A lot of people saying the same thing. Hey, Bruce. Shane, hey, Bruce, what do you think the SEC will have to say when they intervene? Shane, I don't know why the SEC wants to intervene in a stock that is trading on the New York Stock Exchange. And there are people buying and selling the stock. This is completely allowable. The SEC doesn't intervene when a company gets created, raises money at $10 and $15 a share, then does secondary financings at $80 a share, does an IPO at $115 a share, and starts trading at $200 a share. The SEC doesn't intervene with any of that. Why would they intervene with GameStop? This stock is people, you want to buy it, go ahead and buy it. You want to sell it, go ahead and sell it. You want to buy and sell contracts for calls and puts, go ahead. You want to write them, go ahead. The brokerage community, which are licensed by the stock exchanges, are perfectly able to do this. It's completely legal to do this. Why would the SEC get in the middle of this? I don't understand it. No big deal. 500 by the end of the week, says Paper Hands. David Ortiz, sorry, brother. We just got in here. Thoughts on GME. Welcome to the show. I've been talking about it all day. Let's see. Diamond Hands, boys. Why would you want to sell by the end of the week? I don't know why, because over the weekend, I think we're going to go through this all over again with a whole bunch of additional contracts expiring on Friday that will have to be exercised next Monday and Tuesday. I think today and tomorrow there'll be all kinds of additional volatility here. I'm waiting for the company to say something. I think whatever they say could be good for the stock, because I know they're not going to come out and say something bad. They're not going to come out and say, we think our shares are overvalued, you should get the hell out. They're not going to say that. I'm waiting for the company to come out and say, we're going to raise $1 billion at market. The stock might fluctuate a bit on that, but overall the stock will go up, because now analysts will step in and go, hey, these guys raised $1 billion. They just improved their book value dramatically. They raise another $1 billion, they've done it again. They raise another $1 billion, they've done it again. The stock, if the stock's trading $80 a share and there's 70 million outstanding, 7 times 8 is 56. There's $5.6 billion book value on the stock. Well, if the company all of a sudden raises $2 billion additional cash, they could be worth $7 billion in book value or in market cap. This just makes them more valuable. I'm waiting for them to come out to say, we're issuing stock for cash. Take advantage of the billions of dollars that are changing hands right now between millions of investors back and forth, and grab some cash from this unbelievable market activity and build up that bank account. That's what I'd be doing. That's what I want to see. We'll see. David Jones, hang on like your life depends on it. What are your thoughts on puts? I avoid the options market. I would not recommend, unless you really are very flush, I would not be recommending the options market. I would, if you believe in this story, you buy the stock. Right now it's $69.50. When it was $150 just an hour ago, someone said to you, I'll offer it to you at $69.50, would you taking that deal? It's now $69.50. I don't know how long it'll stay here. I don't know if it'll go lower or higher, but it wouldn't surprise me if it goes higher from here during this day. But it's up to you. I would be a long buyer of this stock and just put it away and sit on it. Now, if you buy it now, $69.50, and it goes to $100 in an hour, and you sold it all, I'm not mad at you. I'm going to say, way to go. You just cashed in $30 a share. Well done. On the other hand, if you sell half of it at 100 and keep the other half and sit back and go, well, let's see what happens, and it goes to 120 tomorrow, and you sell it there, way to go. If it goes to 150 after that, easy come, easy go. You made your money. This is the way this market works. That's the way this market's going to work. The volatility of GameStop will be wild, and that's what we're seeing right now. I don't know when to get out. Well, like I say, you sell a little and kind of go from there. A little red car, just buy it and hold. There's a good strategy too. Currently holding 47 shares, he said. Going short on GameStop is really dumb. I kind of agree with that. GameStop at 250 at the end of the week, someone says, what's the average price? I don't know. David Angel, just hold. This will be, thank you, Tom Allen. Thank you for your PayPal donation. Angel Flores, just hold this and we're going up for the next 3 months. Angel, I don't know when to get out. Cody, what do you think of BlackBerry? Not going to talk about other stocks today. Today is just going to be about GameStop. And thank you for the 541 of you who are here right now watching me live this second. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for all of you giving me thumbs ups, super chats, and donations on PayPal. You guys are awesome. Silver Rick, if you sell below 400, you're just robbing yourself. Well, hey, anyone who bought it at $15, selling it now at $69.50, not a bad trade. Anyone who bought it at 120 earlier today, it's now $69.50. I'd wait. That's what I'd be doing because this isn't over. Riley, $420, 69 cents. That's where it's going. MG, explain buy, sell, or exercise of an option. Did that already. Angel, you don't have diamond hands. Oh, diamond hands only. That's what they're saying. Okay. Let's see. Sell limits at $999, everybody. Not sure what that means. David, after 450, you can think about it, but it's going to 100 after that. Real peak, Silver Rick will be 694.20. Okay, everybody making their guesses. Is it going to reach 400? Sam wants to know. Dave, not financial advice though. Angel, laughing my off. Stocks only. These stocks just only go up. Alan says all or nothing for GameStop. Christopher says end of the week. That's what we're looking for. Blackbird, hello. Is anyone out there? Oh, we're here. Angel, 15,000 per share. Laugh out loud. Cheryl, I'm worried. I'm at a loss on GME. I wish I could be, I could give you the exact answers to what's going to happen, but I can't give you that crystal ball. I can only give you my best guess. I'm showing it now at 99.56. Has it jumped up again? Again, I'm not sure if my market watch is up to date or not. Jen, thank you for your donation to Stock Markets with Bruce and telling people to hit that thumbs up button. I really appreciate that very much. Again, I'm showing it now at 69.50 again. The markets are jumping around. Has it been halted? I don't know. What else we got? Sam, is it going to hit 400? David, not financial advice. Fair enough. Let's go. What else is being said here? Trying to average down now might be not a bad idea. Don't worry, Cheryl, just hold. When would people sell their GameStop? Everybody has their own reasons, timing, everything else. When it hit $150 a share, every single person who ever hold it was up money, all at the same time. Right now at $69.50, some people are up, some people are down. I still believe more are up and down in numbers, but we'll see how this works its way out the rest of the day. Corey, no matter what, Cheryl, once the short squeeze is on, it continues. Thanks, Brandon. So Cheryl, don't sell. Crispy, Cheryl, don't worry. This week is going to be a wild ride with a massive victory on Friday. Cody, GameStop will go up. Right now, paper hands got out. Halt, spook people. The squeeze hasn't started. Right now, they're consolidating. It trades sideways after going up. 30 is good. Interesting. Mark, if we got in at 149, should I sell a dozen at 92? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Cheers, guys, from Cheryl. Corey, this is just a gamma squeeze. Market makers hedging at the values of the calls expiring on Friday so they lose money. Like I said, there's reasons for people who want to get in. There's reasons for people who want to get out. There are short sellers out there who were down $90 more a share an hour ago. They now have an opportunity to perhaps buy at this price if it isn't halted. The stock could be halted right now. I'm not exactly sure if it is or is not halted at the moment. I'm showing it at 69.50 now for about 10 minutes, and that's kind of hinting at me that it might be a halted market. If anyone knows, let me know. All right. Let's see. I just reloaded my my iPad, and I'm waiting for it to kind of figure out what's going on. I'm showing it at 71 now. I think we're back to trading again. If it was halted at all. Cheryl says, I'll buy more. Corey, also there's no volume right now. It's midday. Trading will be excited again in a few hours. Brandon's going, hell yeah. Corey, good explanation. Alan, oh yeah, bought more just there. Mark, got to get more. Mark says, leave it. Brandon, you guys buying the dip? Always buy the dip, says Weird Stuff. Jen, it's hard to believe that it's all legal to sell what you don't have. Yeah, it is. It's legal to sell what you don't have, but you have to pay a price to carry the short position, and it's very expensive to do so. That's why it's legal. 62.54 is what I show right now. So it went from 69 to 72 to 62, 61.13. Down on the day. Is this a buy opportunity? Is this a sell signal? It all depends on your timing. Some folks are saying buy. David, Mark, Snapper, bro, I just hold. Tyler, stocks never go down. Just keep buying. Naked shorts is why GameStop is popping. Jack, good points, Jan. Nick, GameStop to the moon, brother. David Jones, Mark, I bought at 95 and the paper hands in me was telling me to sell when it went to 88, but you just got to have faith. Wall Street bets. Sam, so sell on Friday? Dave, volume over 100 million now. Mark, you think it's going to pop more? K. Robatio, as long as we hold, everyone that sold these contracts last year are looking down the barrel of a loaded tank or in the case, a rocket engine. I show it now at 72 again. It bumped the pop $10 just now. Blackbird, explanation, bid and ask price. Explanation. The bid is what the highest price someone's prepared to pay for the stock this second. The offer or the ask is the lowest price someone is prepared to sell the stock for at this second. So you might have a 72.71 last trade. The market might be 72.70 to 72.72, last at 72.71. That's a typical market spread, but it could be 72.60 to 72.80, last at 72.71, or more than that. It can be wide open. There's a lot of sellers coming into the market. They'll be stock for sale at 72.90, 72.89, 72.88, 72.77, all the way down. And there might be buying at 72.50, 72.20, 72.60, 71.50, 69. But if the buy wave comes in again, now all of a sudden you got buyers at 72.71, 72, 73, 74, 75, jumping over each other to be first in line to get any stock that's coming at them, or they're just going and, quote, hit the bid. They're hitting the ask price. So if someone's offering 10,000 shares at 72.80 and somebody wants 10,000 shares and they want it now, they just look and say, oh, there's 10,000 for sale, 72.80. I'll buy it at market. And they get it at 72.80. And anyone else who's been hoping to get it at 79, 78, 77, they missed it because someone jumped right in over them, bought it up, and it's gone. Now they might have to pay 85.90 or 73 or 75. That's how this market works, second to second, microsecond to microsecond. That's why these shares jump around all the time. I hope that helped. How many of you think GameStop is continuing to go higher? Darwin wants to know. Jan, great info with 355 potentially rich people in the room. Don't forget to hit that like button. We have 575 people here right now live on Stock Markets with Bruce. Thank you for following me. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification icon. You'll get alerts every time I do a video. I did one an hour before the opening this morning. There's likely I'll do another one later today. I'll be live on my other channel, Traveling with Bruce. Check it out. We talk about cruising there and traveling, and I also cover the travel stocks on that channel as well as this channel. And I'll be live tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern, for sponsor members of Traveling with Bruce. You got to become a member of the channel. And or 8 o'clock tonight, Eastern time, I'm live on Traveling with Bruce. Anyone can watch, just like you can watch right here, right now. So join me tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern on Traveling with Bruce. Become a member of that, a subscriber of that channel. Hit the bell notification icon. You'll get an alert about the live show, which I'll be loading up a little later today. Nick, squeeze next Monday after a new short data comes out. That's right. There's all kinds of news coming out on short data yet. Crispy, Sam, author, depends how weak institutions' hands are. Game drop here, Dave wants to know. Tyler Dredd, tulips to the moon, baby. Pierre, while you're talking, is going to 60. Pierre, GameStop, 75. K, Games short squeeze to the moon. They have outstanding contracts up to $115. They may have to fulfill Friday or next Friday. Nick, it's on sale, boys. SPWR, next GameStop. Let's go. Nick, it's at 91. Okay, Jack, good resistance where we're at the ATM. GameStop to 1,000, says Tyler. RJG, anyone gonna hold until 1,000? Mark, GameStop to 1,000. Mark, come on. Spread the word. Let's see here. What else have we got here? I'm trying to keep up with your comments, and I can't. There's just too many coming in, and I love you guys for it. Really appreciate you all being here today, following what's going on. It is unbelievable. Cheryl, it's only a loss if you sell, hold, and you'll make back and more. David, it's been halted. There you go. That was a few minutes ago. Probably buy GameStop more when the price correction. Nick, this is the lunch dip. Everyone, don't worry about it. 593 of you here right now with me live. Please throw a thumbs up on this show if you can. Help the YouTube algorithms to help my channel get discovered. I appreciate it. We're here to talk about GameStop. I have a suspicion we might be halted again. I'm not 100% sure on that. I keep refreshing my big-ass iPad that I have over here, and I'm trying to find out how the shares are doing. Shane, what do you think the SEC will do? I don't know. Let me go to the newest comments. I want to catch right up with you guys. Here we go. Crispy, you haven't lost anything if you hold. Skep, buy the dip, take those shares off the market, lock up the shorts. Endless Mike, lunch dip, hold until the moon, says Aldi. Gravel, thank you for your donation, super chat donation. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Mikey, hold it. Mr. Chip says, yep. Blitzy, after the hype is over, it's just a store going out of business. Hunter, halted. Gravel, $5 donation. Thank you so much. Angel, how similar is this to build-up of the 2008 squeeze for VW? Can't comment on it. I wasn't involved in it. Stocks only go up, says one. For a pro home, I'm holding until $1,000, baby. Eric, we're going to visit Elon on Mars. Ethan says, hang on, hold it. Dave, Stephanie, Shirley, that dip was delicious. Cindy, I get it. I got it for $4 in March last year. Way to go, Cindy. Would you say it's a good dip to buy on? Could it even go lower the rest of the week? I don't know. I'm really not sure if a sell-off of major proportions is going to happen where we came from a week ago. I just don't think so. I think the buying interest is pretty strong, and I think there's so much turnover. Not enough shares go around. If there were 500 million shares out there trading hands, if they had a float of 500 million, it wouldn't do this. It would move $5 or $10 a day. Look at Apple. There are billions of Apple shares out there, and it goes up $1 or $2 a share. That's a big move for Apple, because considering how many shares we're talking about. This company has 54 million free trading shares, or 51.4 million. There isn't enough to go around. It's now, I'm showing $80 a share. Is that correct, everybody? Is it trading at 80? I think it is. So many people are buying a GME dip that it was halted again. Thank you, Twan. Nice for that. Thanks for that. Jay Lee, hang in there, diamond hands. Don from part, they are shorting way more than just GameStop, but I want to keep their attention. Contracts are up and they're trying shorting way below. GameStop is open, says David. Martin, what can Ryan Cohen do if he likes to help make the squeeze happen? What is it legal for him to do? Do nothing. He could do nothing and just let these guys keep scrambling. But the wise thing to do is to start selling stock into the market and bring a couple $1 billion into the treasury. That is the smartest thing to do, because that really screws up the short sellers. One, he doesn't issue enough stock for them to get out. Two, he puts billions of dollars cash into the company, which lifts the book value of the company, which locks in losses for the short sellers. If they thought they would ever get back at 20, 30, 40, $50 a share, and the book value of the company is now 25, 30, 35, and $40 as he raises more cash, they'll never get their stock back at those low prices again. They're guaranteed to lose billions. And the long holders are guaranteed to win. Hunter said it opened at 80. I'm showing it at 80 right now. Michael, realistically, I'm looking at 170 for by the end of the week. That's what that stands for. EOW, end of the week. Bruce, don't forget to breathe. Jan, 615 in the room, 618 in the room. David, yep. Bodhi, yep. Andrew, thank you for everything. How long do you think it'll take the shorts to cover? I don't think they can for months, maybe a year. They're unless the paper is made available to them to get, they can't get it all back. I can see the turnover happening. Like I can see a short seller buying in, but another short seller selling him the stock. So one shorter sells to a shorter who wants out, but the short position doesn't change. There's just as many shorted, but the pricing has shifted, you see? So anyone who shorted at 5, 8, 12, 18, 24, 30, they're all losing their butts right now. They may have been wiped out, lost more than they had to invest. But they could have been bought. They could have bought their way into the stock by new shorters selling to them and letting them have it. So the 70 million shorts are still rolling over. This hasn't stopped, and this will continue. This could now go higher, because if you set a new average for shorts and longs, and that average is now higher every minute that this stock is up here, the average price of the holdings of all the shares have gone up, of course. 100 plus million volume today. We have a new playing field. The playing field used to be between $5 and $15 a share. Then it went to like 10 to 20 a share. The playing field now is between 60 and 160 a share. That's today. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But that's what it is. This could change. It could be 100 to 300 in a couple of days. It could be 200 to 400 in a month from now. It might stay between 80 and 120 a month from now. I don't know. That's why I want the company to raise money. I want them to sell some stock and put cash in the treasury of the company. That guarantees that the playing field that we see now will stay up here. Because if they don't issue stock and raise fresh cash, additional cash, while it's being offered to them hand over fist, if they don't take the cash, the playing field could go back to the $20 range, which is what the short sellers want. So if you issue stock at 80, 90, 100, 120, whatever the market lets you do it at going forward the next week or two, put cash into the treasury and you lift the book value of the company, you've changed the playing field location from the $10 to $20, $30 range to the $50, $70, $80 range, or even higher than that. And that is where investors could make a really good buck. Angel, yep, back to 80. They're probably going to pause it again. 83.47 I'm showing right now. 79.80 is current, says Killer Decoy. Would you sell or hold? I'd be holding. David is at 80, says 80. Michael, realistic, I'm looking at 170 by the end of the week. I love you, Bruce. Thank you, Michael. Jack, what are all the HALYs about? I've no idea what that means. Nicholas, this is just the 08 VW dip. It's going to explode. Cadet, good stuff, Bruce. By the way, if we hold, we win. We represent the individual investors, and it's our time to win. Exactly. Like I said earlier, if you've always wanted to know what it feels like to be an investor in an IPO when you can buy at the IPO price, this is it right here. Folks who've been buying this at 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 bucks, they're now sitting on an $82, $83 stock and higher. If this thing goes to $200, everyone's up, and all kinds of investors out there like you will know what it's like to be an employee of a company that went public, and you've got 5,000 shares that you've had for 3 years while you slogged away for the boss, and now those 5,000 shares are worth $200 a piece for all the years of service you've given them. Well, here it is. This could be a ground floor scenario. I might be oversimplifying it and overhyping it. But this stock hit $159 today. It could do it again. It technically could do it again. Between now and the close tonight, all bets are off. The aftermarket tonight, it could go even higher. I don't know. It could go lower, sure, but it can only go to zero. How high can it go? Unlimited. And there's 71 million shorted and only 51 million available to buy. There's a short squeeze. It's being amplified. And the people who hold the stock are holding the stock, and they're buying on dips. And a bunch of you who are watching me, and probably others, probably picked up the stock in the low 60s, mid 60s, just in the last hour. And we're now at $83 again. Unbelievable. Skep, anything under 90 is a steal. Jack, what are all the halts about? The halts. When there's a stock trading on the New York Stock Exchange, and you've got, let's say, 100,000 shares wanted at the bid price and only 5,000 offered at the offer price, that's an imbalance, a major imbalance. Now, I don't know what the ratio is, but there's a ratio of imbalances, either buy to sell or sell to buy, where the stock will get halted by the New York Stock Exchange. And it might be a mandatory 10-minute halt to allow market players to gather in and allow the market specialists to find a reopening price for the stock. It's a way for the market to be fair to everyone, so you don't have a $20 jump in price from one trade to the next trade. Every 30 seconds. You don't want to have that kind of nonsense. It's another way to also prevent a manipulator from coming in and trying to short 1 million shares at $80 down to $50 in 30 seconds to try to crush the market. That's illegal. That's where the exchange will step in, the SEC would step in. So with these circuit breakers and imbalance measurements going on, the computers are all doing this, the halts come in. And that's why where the exchange is trying to moderate the movement of the stock within reason. But look at the chart today. It's just done this. It has been unbelievable. But we're trading over 100 million shares today. It's absolutely insane. Drake Food, do you think the stock is going up tomorrow? I don't know. It all depends where it closes tonight. Can you please explain what is a squeeze? A squeeze is where there's not enough stock available for the demand. And people who have the stock or who want to hold their certificates, like the call option buyers whose contracts expired on Friday, they have the right to exercise their call options at prices from 60 down to 10. They're calling in their stock. And the sellers of these contracts who offered shares for sale on a call contract don't have the stock. They have to buy the stock at the market to deliver for the contract to be exercised. That's a squeeze. They're buying into a market where there isn't enough stock available to them. And this has been going on now for several months. Yes, 100% increases crispy. Eternal, I went in 100 shares at $80. James, I think AMC is the next one. Alpha, still outstanding. Pure B-ball, this guy is a snake oil salesman. Laughing out loud. Everyone watching, I hope you don't lose all your money. Yeah, I'm a snake oil salesman. I don't own any shares. I don't own any contracts. I don't have any investment in the market whatsoever. I have two channels. I have Traveling with Bruce, and I have this channel. On Traveling with Bruce, people used to accuse me of being a shareholder of the cruise lines, and I would say nothing but happy stories about cruise lines. Then the virus hit, and I started talking about how we're not going sailing for a while because there's a virus out there. All of a sudden, the same people who accused me of being a promoter of the cruise lines called me a negative guy, a Debbie Downer about the cruise lines. And now here I am talking about the market, and people think I'm a shill. What can I say? You can't win. You either believe what I'm telling you or you don't. I'm just giving you information as far as I'm concerned. So what's going on out there? You have to decide for yourself what to do. And I'm having fun. Are you having fun? This is unbelievable. Don says it's all facts. Mongo, diamond hands. That's what we're doing. Gabble, I bet this big sell-off from 150 was sold into a GameStop issuing new stock. GameStop would have had to have done a SEC filing. And let me take a look for SEC filings on GameStop if I can get it to pop up. There hasn't been an SEC filing since the 11th of January. So no SEC filings are on record. And so no, they have not been selling into the market. It could have been just people taking profits because every single shareholder, when it hit $150, they were all up. Everyone was up. How can you not be up? It'd never been there before. And naturally, shares would fluctuate. But they may have gone down too much. Maybe down to $60 is too low. I don't know. Michael, you on Wall Street Bets, my man, Bruce. No, I am not part of Wall Street Bets. I follow it. I watch it, but I don't comment on it. Apparently, my channel has been mentioned on it by some of you. I do not mind if any of you out there share my videos on Wall Street Bets, Reddit, Facebook, anywhere you can. If you please share the videos that I make about GameStop to the world, you'd be doing my channel a huge favor. I would really appreciate it. Thank you all for all of your support. Anthony just discovered you, and you are amazing. Oh, I try. Shub, thank you for the stream. Appreciate the unbiased commentary. Shifty, hold the line. Crispy, infinitely squeezable. Skep, just wait until the margin calls start coming down. Potatoes, volume is at 114 million. Unlikely that shorts have covered. There's no way they've covered. They cannot cover. There's not enough stock for them to cover. The shorts are turning over, but they're not covering. And now the shorts are taking an even bigger risk. I think it's getting even more interesting. Never a dull moment. I'm trying to catch up with you guys here, but I can't. Going to be utterly wild, says Skep. Hold GME, says Don. Diamond hands, baby, says Brandon. Drake, what is GameStop going to do? I don't know. Michael, you're on Wall Street Bets, my man. You on Wall Street Bets, my man, Bruce. Searns, Jack Hopkins. When a stock trades with high volatility, i.e., it jumps or drops 10% in an instant, trading halts come in to cool the rally or the sell-off. That's right. Hold the line, says Shoeman. Retro, keep holding GameStop. James, Black Monday. Jan, there are 1,296 thumbs ups on your show right now, Bruce, to hit the like button. That would be great. I hope that's true. Are there really 1,296 thumbs ups on this telecast? I have no idea. Please throw a thumbs up on this telecast if you could. Make sure you watch the video I made before the opening today. Give that a thumbs up, Stu. I do appreciate it. Thank all of you who are making super chat donations today, making PayPal donations to this channel. I really appreciate you for it. I do not own any stock in GameStop. So the better you do, the hope is the better I do. And so there you go. Don, GameStop held all us gamers down for years. Rowan bought 30 more at 78. We're at 75.03. Don, I can hold. Missed. I'm holding. Corey, stock markets with Bruce. GameStop only approved up to 100 million shelf offering for new shares to be issued. If that's the case, they can certainly take advantage of that whenever they want, but I suspect they'll be able to amend that. Now, that might require a board meeting. It might require a shareholder vote. I'm not sure what it requires. I'm also wondering if the company could theoretically do a rights offering. You know what that is? Do any of you know what a rights offering is? We haven't seen those in decades. At least they haven't been popular in a long time. A rights offering is where a company can grant and issue a special dividend, where they can dividend all shareholders, only the shareholders that own stock. They would be given rights by the company, and it might be like for every 4 rights that you have, you can take those rights, add a check on top of that, and you can buy stock from the treasury of the company. And it might be like, say the stock's at 73 right now, 4 rights, you can buy 1 share at $70 a share. And we'll give you 6 weeks to exercise the deal. So the rights are issued like 2 days from now. Everyone gets them, or a week from now. They do it on like a dividend. They give people notice that you're going to get this. You get the rights. You have 6 weeks to exercise the rights. Whatever the stock's trading at, the rights will trade in value as well. The rights get listed. It's like options getting listed. Everyone who owns stock now gets 1 right for every stock they have. So if you've got 500 shares, you have 500 rights. You can now buy 125 shares from the company at $70 a share for 6 weeks if you choose to. Or you can just sell the rights into the open market for whatever you can get for them. People out there will buy the rights because they'll trade them like options on the $70 option price. So if someone buys, say, 400 rights, they have the option to buy 100 shares at $70 a share from the treasury of the company. But if stock's trading at 80, the rights are worth money. They're in the money, like options are in the money. That could be done at any time by the corporation. I would love to see this stunt pulled because all the shorters out there would be short rights. They'd now have to buy rights to cover the short positions. Now we're really having fun, aren't we? Oh, man, that would be kooky. That's old school. I'd love to see some old school trading. Nicola, stock markets with Bruce. How is halting this many times not market manipulation? It's not. It's actually market moderation. That's what it is, market moderation. It's keeping the stock market calm in a crazy market where some people might be misled of the direction of a stock because of an imbalance of orders on a temporary basis. You have to allow a stock to settle in, and you have market specialists on the New York floor who will keep an eye on this stock to make sure it's fair to all. That's the secret. That's what I look at. Mask is saying buy and hold. James, where are you viewing the current price? I'm watching it right now on Market Watch on my big ass iPad right here. You probably can't see it because I just shut it off. Here it is. There it is right there. But this could be way behind. So pardon me if I'm way offline and way out on my pricing. This is why I need you guys to help me out because this market is changing so quickly. We're having trouble keeping this up, but it looks absolutely wacky out there. If GameStop sells shares, they're letting the short holders off easy. They won't sell 70 million of them. They really won't. If they issue 5 million or 10 million at a time, the Chinese water torture continues. Sejan, I'm selling. Looks like a non-fundamental increase. All right. AHO2, I don't know what that means. Shoot, I will go down with you guys. I swear. Gravel, $5 donation to Bruce. on the super chat. Thank you, Gravel. Do they need to announce they are issuing shares, or could they just have done that today during the squeeze up to 150? No, they need to announce it. You can't just issue it unless they've already been pre-cleared to do so. And I don't know if they have for anything like that. I don't think they have. Certainly not at these levels. But if they've got a filing online, on file with the SEC, they would announce to the street that they've entered into a sell agreement with the brokerage firms, and they would list the firms that would be involved. So if they want to raise 100 million, let's say, that's all they're allowed to do on the shelf offering. They might announce that they've hired 3 or 4 brokerage firms. They'll name the firms. Those firms will then have permission from the company and through the SEC's filing to issue stock into the market to raise the cash. But I don't think it's been done today. I doubt it. I really am doubtful. It would be a pleasant surprise. I'd be thrilled if that happened, but I don't think so. Stay tuned, though. Everyone keeps saying hold or buy more, but when is a realistic time to actually get out? Up to you. The actual time to get out is up to you. It's your personal. What can you take? How much can you handle? How much of this can you stand before it's too much? Eventually, you get used to it. When you bought at $4 to $5 a share and it went to $7, people were going nuts. Brains were exploding. Oh my God, it's at $7. I bought it $4.50. What do I do? Now it's $74. It's already been to $159 today. So we've already seen that price. Could we see it again? Yeah. Will we see it again? I don't know. Only one way to find out. Stick around and enjoy the show. Serjan says shorting. Hold, says David. Felix, hold boy. Joel, I need more, but the rent is coming up. There you go. Retro, hold for 420. Crispy, I don't understand why people are scared. They're literally sitting up 30% since Friday. That's right. They're look at the big picture. Brandon, I won't sell GameStop till $1,000. Cody, Gravel, they already did a filing to do a public offering, which was approved. I believe they can issue up to 100 million. That said, the shorts owe possibly billions. The shorts do. 70 million shares short at $74 a share right now. That's $4.9 billion short position. If they receive $2 billion for the stock that they sold, they're down $2.9 billion right now. And every dollar the stock goes up, they're down 70 million more. Yikes, is what I call that. Bobby the Epic, if they add shares, wouldn't that lower the price? Again, if they issue stock at these levels and raise cash in the treasury, the book value of the company is rising. And that means the higher the book value goes, the higher the stock is justified to trade at. It doesn't guarantee. Just selling stock at $75 or $70 doesn't make the stock a $70 stock. No. But if they sold 10 million at 70 and brought in $700 million, they just improved their cash position by $700 million. That's probably more than all the debt they've got. That it would make the company much stronger financially. So to me, I think it's a win. Jack, thanks, mate. Good vibes. Serjan, fundamentals. Cody, Bobby, the Epic, it would lower the price a small amount. It may spook people. Like I said, they owe potentially billions, though. A lot of people bought under 55. Don, yes, key, buy on dips. Buy on dips and hold to 1,000. Sharon, I'm going to sell at 100. Don, short sell is just a discount if we stay together. Sultama bought 90,000 on the dip. Well done. Think of me. Seriously, we can see much higher than 100. Hang on. Got diamond hold hands here. Tyler Dredd, what is the stock exchange? Can I buy my stocks for cheaper if I drive there and buy directly from them? No, you can't. No, you can't. You buy it on the open market, like through a broker. That's how you buy and sell your stock. If you use Robinhood, you can buy and sell for commission free. Same with Schwab, Fidelity, many other firms. They offer commission free trading. So if you buy 100 shares at $65.95, where I see the price right now, and sell it at $70.95, you make a little bit of money, no commission. Up to you. What's your risk tolerance level, folks? Dave, I'm selling on a dip above 100. Danielle, is it mooning again? John, if you sell, you're a trader, not a trader. Let's see. Wall Street Bets is stupid. He's saying hold until 1,000. Robert, also below Volkswagen. Buzz, not sure if compliment to Wall Street Bets or not. I'm not sure. Danielle, please give $200 US. They all think they'll be winners. That's not how this works. Tyler, hold until 10,000. Skip. BB coming next. Dawn, They are squeezing AMC. Sarjan, Dave, nice. Cambodia stock trader is saying, I sold 180 shares at 1050 for a buy on the dip and hold. Daniel, get your helmet and jump on the rocket. We're going to the moon, people. Dawn, AMC is happening already. Christine, I bought at 1277. Daniel, get your helmet and jump on the rocket. MJ, he's a snake oil salesman. You're right. Yeah. Paladin, don't listen to the haters suffering from, you know what? Diego, I shorted 105, sold. Alternate 69.50 done. Hey, if you sold at 105 and you bought it at 69.50, well done. But you're the one taking the biggest risk out there. But hey, it's all your tolerance, people. Can you handle it? Can you take the stress of this kind of trading? Boomer Cruiser says crypto. Serjan, where are the fundamentals? Long seems autistic. The fundamentals right now are the shares are oversold. Overshorted. Those are the fundamentals. Danielle, get your helmet and jump. All you need to do is press buy. I bought at 149, says Mr. A Boomer. Crypto, go and buy decent MIC. Guys, I should get a decent microphone. I have a microphone. I can always use it, but I find that this seems to work all right. At least I hope it's okay for you guys. Guys, I've got my whole life saving in GameStop. Please hold it, Skep. 30% growth in video games and accessories, and GameStop holds a huge market share. Lation, same. Mr. Boomer, Almighty gone. Is that Almighty One? Almighty One got more GameStop shares this morning, sitting 8 at 96.08. Right on. Jeff, a Royal Caribbean down 6%. Malik, where should the stock end today for a good starting point for tomorrow? I do not know. The market will tell us. Sejan, Mr. Boomer, I don't know what that means. Get your helmet and jump on. That's the same comment again and again and again. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up with you guys. Sorry. Welcome to the channel. We're talking GameStop here. Lots going on, lots of trading, lots happening. Let's keep going forward here. I got to keep going. Hood, Rich, Quebec. I bought at 40. Currently holding, says Marlon. I'm laughing my you-know-what else off. The purple, I bought it 90 yesterday. Marlon, a bunch of dummies. Crispy, I love how he sees how hilarious this is. Chris, I literally love you, Bruce. Hold my soldiers. Dash, isn't this fun? Just fun to take the bag from the big hedge funds. Chris, that was hilarious to think about. Should I buy now? Joel, PLTR. Pilot, I got GameStop at 662. What should I do? Enjoy the ride. The ride ain't over. There's a lot more to come, but it's a roller coaster ride. We've got ups and downs and dips and turns and loop-de-loops. This is fun. It's unbelievable. If you can afford to hold it, enjoy. If you're playing with rent money, you shouldn't be doing it. But here we are at 70 again. So you tell me, where's the stock going? How high can it go? It was 159 already today. Could it hit a new high today? Yeah. Will it? I don't know. Unbelievable. Tweaker, as someone new to stocks, what should I use to buy and sell stocks? I would be using something like a Robinhood or a Fidelity or some of these other platforms where there's no commissions. You can do fractional buying. That's what I would be probably doing if you're new to it. But I would be trying to learn a lot about what's going on out there to be on the safe side of things. But don't be using rent money to play the markets. That's the number one rule. Nuzzling the unknown, nuzzling the known. What happens during the halts? Orders come in, buy and sell orders to even up the playing field. And then the specialists, once they realize there's more of a balanced market, they let it trade again. But they keep an eye on it, and if they have to halt it, they'll halt it. They'll keep doing that whenever necessary. Keep in mind, the situation will never happen without institutional and hedge fund manipulation. So they tax, short, squeeze profits. If you make a profit buying or selling stock, you are in a tax scenario. Capital gains, most likely. But if you've had losses from other investments, you get to write those off first before you have any gains to ultimately pay on, and you pay at the end of the year. This is January, folks. Keep track of your trades. Christian, I bought at 12.77. Should I hold or take profits? If you sell enough to take your money off the table and the rest is free, House money, you got nothing to worry about. It's up to you. What's your risk tolerance? Highly says Spidex Knight. I bought at 82. Should I give up? I would not give up. I just want to get back to what the big boys have been taking from us for years. It's payback time. There you go. Carlos bought more at 69. It's going to the moon. It says. Brandon, I do not give up. Drake, check out hanging there from 40.90 in 2 weeks, got valued at 150. Jim, are you invested? No, I am not invested. I am a YouTuber. I'm a full-time YouTuber that has 2 channels, Traveling with Bruce, which I highly encourage you to subscribe to, and this channel, Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm a full-time YouTuber. I don't own shares or options or any investments. I'm a commenter, and I survive from ads on my videos and donations from my viewers, whether they're super chats, super stickers, or PayPal donations, which I prefer the most. And I thank all of you who have been doing both or all 3. I thank you all very much. It keeps me alive. Tristan, holding, it's whatever after missing 130. Elias, should we buy now? They do, says Andrew. Jack, can you explain the lunchtime dip? Nope. More sellers than buyers, maybe. Bruce, should we buy now? Will game bounce? Can't tell you what you should do. You just have to feel it and hold your breath, hold your nose, and either jump in or don't, and keep an eye on it. But watch it. Whatever you do, keep an eye on it. Rabel, I bought at 78 shares. Buzzy, non-fundamental increase. That's exactly what everyone's waiting for. No, riding until 1,000. Diamond hands. GameStop steady now. Hold. GameStop to the moon. This is wild. It's going to go back up. Buy now, boys. Jim Turner, he's not invested. Peeps, who are wondering if they should hold or sell, did you buy thinking there would be no volatility? Of course there will be. If you believe the squeeze when you bought, you hang on to it. The squeeze is still on. The short squeeze is not over. It'll never be over. With only 51 million possible trading shares out there and 71 million shorted, the squeeze won't be over. It will come in waves again and again. There might be a wave between now and the close. There might be another wave in the aftermarket. There might be a wave tomorrow in the pre-market. And then on the opening tomorrow, we could see wave after wave after wave. And every Friday night, options expire. And call option people who have call options want to exercise their contracts. Shares have to be delivered on Mondays and Tuesdays for delivery. Hence why these shares are doing what they're doing. Math is on your side, says Nuzzling. Don, the moon is a rest stop. Altiv, if you hold, we win, and this rocket will fly to the moon. Joel, to the moon. I woke up and saw the price at 150. It was insane. Down to the low 80s. Elias, when should we buy? When you think it's cheap. That's when you buy. Is it 69.77? Is that cheap? It wasn't cheap 2 weeks ago. Might be cheap late as of today's trading pattern. But it's up to you to decide. Don't get out before the end of March. Paladay at a minimum. Chris, if we have Bruce along the way, we can make it as far as we can dream. Nick, the real squeeze is yet to come. I think so. Palantir, buy now. JC, it's as easy. It's an easy hold, fellas. Buy it, hold it. Don't worry about it. Muzzling. And you need to make a game plan, set a price target to figure out what you're comfortable selling at. That's it. No one can tell you when it's right for you to sell. Only you. Palati says correct. Buy and hold, says 4-8. Skep, I traded BPTH. GameStop is nothing. Squeeze has barely started. Angel, I went all in GameStop already. Buy now, says Altif. Bought 5 more. Angel just holding. Nuzzling. I go to Reddit to look up DD GameStop. Read the DDs. It'll make you a believer in the big squeeze. Dino, there are people trapped above 120. Elias, when should I buy? Joel, I acted like I was asleep and woke up at the 150 blood bursting out of my nostrils. David, time to sell. Sell when you can recover your cost. That's when it's left free to you. Rob Decoder, Bruce is ducking awesome. Thank you. Average gamer, someone hold my hands like I'm holding these diamonds. Elias, is it a good idea to buy at the current price? $68. Woohoo! I'm showing $69.93 right now. Patrick, it's on the downward. Riley, yeah. Anthony, how do you tell if the shorts have been squeezed? Elias, $67. I am Ken, 55. Buy there. I am the oppressor. I'm laughing. You know what? Do the Patrick Clune. Oh my gosh. Crispy, I'm laughing. Looks like this guy's trying to troll Bruce. What a dingus. Felix, Do you own GameStop? I do not. GameStop is a great short today. I'm just a commentator. I don't own stock, so I'm free to say whatever I want to say. I have I have a vested interest in the GameStop in one way. A lot of you folks are long the stock, and a bunch of you went long when I started talking about it at $5-6 a share, $4 a share. And so I have a vested interest in your well-being. I hope you all make a killing. I really do. I want these shares to go to unbelievable prices. I want people to make gazillions of dollars and go, that guy on YouTube was the reason I'm as rich as I am now. I got to throw him a donation. That's my interest in this whole deal. I'm a YouTuber. I'm looking for subscribers, followers, viewers, ad revenue, and donations. And I thank all of you for all of the above, for hanging out and watching what I'm doing and following this story. And if it makes it a little easier for you to understand what's happening out there, I'm a happy guy. And if you do well by it, I'm a really happy guy. And you all have to decide yourselves what kind of risk tolerance you want to take. Will, is there any way to know when the large institutions stop selling? Can they keep the dump going? I'm holding. Large institutions know something that I've been trying to tell you guys, and that is there's only 54 million shares trading, if I've got my numbers right, 51.4 million free trading right now. This is such a small amount of stock that's out in a big market. They know there could be a shortage of stock at any time for any length of time. If 1,000 people come in to try to buy this stock at the same, in a 5-minute window, and they're prepared to buy 1.5 million shares of stock, that's 3 million of the float coming in. That'll make the market go up dramatically. Institutions don't want to bet against that. They don't want to be on the wrong side of that kind of a market. So they might go along with you, but not necessarily go against you. But one of the downsides of only having 50 million shares free trading and 69 million in existence is you're not going to attract more senior pension funds to buy into GameStop. You don't have enough stock. You don't have enough liquidity. So the company, as I've said before, if these guys were to issue over the next 3 months 30 million shares into the market and put a couple of billion, $2-3 billion bucks in their bank account, they would be doing themselves a favor, and they would be doing institutions a favor, because you're issuing stock to larger investors, because now you have 100 million in existence, and that might increase the float to 80 million. The short sellers will still be upside down. They're still going to be short sellers, but they're going to be getting out or rolling over at these prices. So I guarantee you, the longer the shares stay in this level here, where they are right now, short sellers will lose billions of dollars. They're down billions now. They're going to stay down billions going forward. But if the shares go higher, they go to $100 a share, 120, 200 a share, they will lose billions, tens of billions more. This gives the company a secondary offering, a third offering, a fourth opportunity to raise even more cash. And they could raise $5 billion bucks over the next 6 months. Between here and 150 a share, 200 a share, whatever the price. If they have 5 billion cash and there's 120 million outstanding, the company's worth $45 to $50 a share cash value. That's what they'd be worth just with their cash value. So the mathematics works out very well for GameStop if they issue stock up here, and that's what I'm hoping they're going to do. We'll watch it. We'll follow it. I'll keep you posted. You morons think is retail traders that made this run? Selling at 1,000, says Rich. Tweaker, as someone new to stocks, what should I use to buy and sell stocks? Is it too late to buy? It might be, it might not be. If you think it's only going to go to 100 a share, you might be towards the high end at 71. But if you think it's going to go to 200 or 300 a share, this might be a cheap price to pay. So you have to decide for yourself, what are your parameters for success? Dash is saying, you are wonderful, Bruce. Well, thank you very much. Tristan, 323, 213, sadly, a lot of them think so. What do we got here? 50 soon before the rebound. Okay. What else have we got? By the way, 813 of you are here watching me right now live. Welcome to the channel, Stock Markets with Bruce. This is Bruce here. If you can throw a thumbs up on this channel, I would really appreciate it. Would help the analytics of this channel get discovered. Please subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so that you get notified every time I do a video. I did a video before the opening this morning. There's likely I'll do another video today on this stock later today. So make sure you do that and keep on top of it. Every once in a while, I will go live unannounced. Might only have 10 minutes notice. That's why you hit the bell notification icon once you become a subscriber. So you'll get the alert. He's at it again. And you may want to join in. Okay. Thank you everybody for being here. And thank you for those of you who are subscribing, making donations to this channel, making PayPal donations to yours truly. I very much appreciate it. All right, let's see. Let me try to catch up with some more of these comments. A lot of the same comments coming through here. Your microphone sounds fine. Someone is saying, thank you very much. Angel saying $70 is a steal. I bought 4 shares last year at $4 a share. What would you do? Wow, you got $280 on your hands right now. Man, it's time to go get a nice steak dinner. You're doing really well if you sell here. Let's see. I subscribed and liked. You're great. Thank you, Chelsea. Glad I found you. Thank you, Chelsea, for being here. I appreciate that very much. Make sure to join my other channel as well, Traveling with Bruce. We have a lot of fun there. I'll be live tonight on that channel, 8 o'clock Eastern for anyone, and at 7 o'clock for sponsor members if you want to become a sponsor member of that channel. I don't have a sponsor member club here yet at this time. I'm waiting to grow this channel out a little bit more, and then I will start offering sponsor memberships to this channel where I will do live shows just for sponsor members from time to time, and then they'll do regular live shows for the world to see. I appreciate you all being here. Giovanni, you are the man, Bruce. Ciao. Thank you. Going long, says Rob. Jack Bauer, congrats, Bruce. I think this is the most viewers for a live show. I think we're doing really well here. Last week on its own stood in the $60 range. James, you are awesome. Thank you. This is Pillar PLTR going to the moon, someone is saying. Let's see here. My channel is kind of breaking up again, so I'm sorry if my picture is a bit jumpy right now. Is the squeeze over? No, we're in the first inning. We're in the first inning, and I think we're going into extra innings. This is going to take months. Joshua, Volkswagen had a huge dip before ultimately squeezing. I'm holding through this dip. John, use Webull so you can trade after hours, which is when a lot can happen. Again, look into what works for you guys, what brokers you want to use to do pre-market, aftermarket trading. It's all up to you. Short sellers are running out of stocks to short. Their time is coming and they know it. So they're praying for a miracle, trying to lower the stock and get their paper back. Manuel, first stock I ever buy, and now I have to hold it or else I lose $2,000. Jeremy, favorite country you've traveled to? Oh gosh, been everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but I've been all kinds of places. Love the U.S. Love the Cayman Islands. Used to live in the Cayman Islands. Love to be in Germany and the UK. Loved France, Italy. I'm not done yet. I'll get back to you later. Diamond Hands, stop crying. Andrew Taylor. So can't shorts cover now with 50 million float as volatility increases with this range? It'll take a few days. Well, with 70 million shorted and only 51 million free trading, and I think of the 51 million, 40 million aren't available because they're being held long-term by mutual funds, ETFs, and other investors. I bet you there's only 10 million shares that are turning over. And so there's no way for the shorts to get out. There's no way. It's unbelievable. Bruce, I bought 50 at 90 and 7 at 121. I'm still holding. Just hang in there. Just wait it out. Rob, Bruce, you are a G. First time viewing. What is a G? Is that good or bad? I don't know what that means. Jerson bought 40, down 40K, bought at 158. What should I do? Just sit tight. Just sit tight. Enjoy the show. You chased it, but just sit tight. Christina, I bought at 1277. Should I take profits or what should I do? I just watched the show. I think this is going to continue on for a while. Chelsea, did Quest give an exemption to GME to manufacture shares already? I don't know. I can't verify that. Someone said on this telecast earlier, they thought that the company had a shelf offering for $100 million worth of stock. That would be great, but I'd like to see them do a shelf offering for $1 billion. I really would. Will AMC be like GameStop? Totally different scenario. The company can't go digital. It can't go online. It's movie theaters. It's a whole different ball game. So you can't compare business to business. As far as the shares go, I think there's way more shares outstanding for AMC. So I can't comment on it. I'm not following it very closely. But GME, GameStop is a unique scenario. Overlord, Wall Street Bets is holding to 1,000 that it's going to go up there. NA, I bought 80 shares at $95 each. I'm going to throw up. Please help. You're only down $20 a share on a stock that's fluctuating $50 in a session. Just sit tight and enjoy the show. Just sit tight. Corey, I think viewers may benefit from an explanation of gamma squeeze these past 2 Fridays and how market makers hedge funds against rising stock prices versus calls finishing in the money. Well, I did this earlier today. If you watch the rerun of the show, you'll hear me explain that. But the bottom line is that there are a lot of market makers who issued options to call option buyers, and they have to now deliver on these contracts. And they have to deliver stock at 20 up to $60 a share at virtually every dollar all the way up. Hundreds of thousands of contracts. It's created quite a bit of an instant short squeeze, probably up to 20 million shares. I don't know if they've been covered yet today, or will they be able to cover by tomorrow. But this Friday, we do it again. It happens again. It's going to be wild. The Colts, Jerson, at that point, you're so deep. Just keep holding, brother. Mikey, how do we know when they cover the squeeze? You'll know. You'll hear about it. But the only way they can be covered out is if the company itself issues a whole bunch of more certificates to the world. And the company hasn't issued any stocks whatsoever to the marketplace. And so this short squeeze is on and is still in effect. Anthony, those who bought at 100 today should walk into a GameStop shop tomorrow and see the reality of what's going on. What are your takes on BB? No comment on other stocks today. Buzzy, do you guys realize we just watched the stock be green over 100%, then go red in the same trading session? It actually filled the gap. It is amazing what happened today, but the day isn't over, and tomorrow is another day, and we could go even higher. We don't know. It could be a couple of days of consolidation, and then look out. Just keep an eye. Some people saying to hold until Friday for the short squeeze. Mind explaining why people are saying that a whole bunch of call contracts will be expiring this Friday that are in the money big time, and a whole bunch of shares will be needed to be purchased to honor the contracts starting next Monday and Tuesday, like today and tomorrow. So this could go much higher yet. Do you think GameStop will hit 420? I don't know. Castle, have another sub. Thank you, Castle. GameStop sells out of headsets every day. MG, thumbs ups, everyone, for Bruce. Thank you, MG. Thank you, those of you giving me thumbs ups today. I really appreciate it. Can someone tell me how many thumbs ups have I got right now? Does anybody know? I don't see it myself, so I don't know how many thumbs ups. Love to know how many of these we got for this show right now. If someone can tell me, I'd appreciate it. Man, I wonder how Citron is doing now. They were hoping they were saying the stock should go back to 20. It didn't go back to 20. Unbelievable. 492 thumbs ups, 494, 501. Thank you for the 500 thumbs ups. Throw me a thumbs ups if you can, people. They're free to give out. 515 now. I really appreciate it. 520. Keep on coming. There's 921 of you here right now. Put that thumbs up button to work and give this channel a little momentum. Make sure to subscribe to Stock Markets with Bruce. Hit the bell notification icon. I will keep you posted on what's going on. 534 thumbs ups right now. 545 thumbs ups right now. Thank you, everyone, for that. I appreciate it. 560 thumbs ups right now. You guys are awesome. You're doing it. You're doing it. I love you guys. Ultimo GME, love this price to add at right now. Got nervous and sold out at 130. Everything in BB and NOK now. Crispy, Anthony, the reality is GameStop is closing stores to free up capital and lower overhead costs to focus on e-commerce. Them closing stores, that's a great idea. I think they're going to sell off 600 thumbs ups, by the way. I think they're going to sell off Australia stores, New Zealand stores, the Europe stores, the UK stores. That'll bring in 600 million cash. They're going to allow stores in North America to shut down naturally because each month that goes by, mall leases are expiring. And I think they're going to be down to about 1,000 North American stores, and they will go whole hog all into e-commerce only. And that way, they deliver game systems and games from warehouses rather than 5,000 individual locations. They will now have 2 or 3 warehouses around the world that they will issue items from. They will deliver merchandise from, and only have warehouse workers to fulfill the orders. Their cost of being in business is dropping every minute of the day. Every minute. Their cost is dropping. Less rent, less salary, less area managers, less employees, less distribution prices, less shipping charges. Think about the shipping costs they have. They bring the merchandise in and ship it out to 5,000 locations and deliver from there. Now they're delivering from 3, 4 global locations only to their 55 million members of the Power Up Club, plus the millions and more that they will sign up going forward from 4 locations. They will be dropping their cost of business and increasing their profitability dramatically. This stock could be re-evaluated by analysts in the next 3 to 6 months, where they're going to go, oh yeah, they used to be a brick and mortar company. They're actually now like a miniature Amazon in the game space, and they kick butt there. Maybe we should be reevaluating this company as an e-commerce seller rather than a bricks and mortar retailer. And that's what I have been yelling out there to all of the folks to say, keep that in mind. That's why Ryan Cohen is so important to this company with his 2 partners from Chewy. All 3 of them are on the board. They're now intimately involved in the day-to-day transformation of this company from brick and mortar to e-commerce. And e-commerce stocks trade at a much higher valuation than brick and mortar companies trade at. Hence why this stock could be in for a major run going forward. Apart from the fact that there's a short squeeze going on, remember all those short sellers from 6 months ago, they were shorting a brick and mortar company. They weren't shorting an e-commerce company. They had no idea that it would become an e-commerce company. They thought they were cute because there was a virus going on and the stores had to close down. And because the stores had to close down, we'll just short the stock. These guys will go out of business like all these other retailers have been going out of business. Wrong. That's not happening at all. They're letting the stores go down. This is an excuse to allow them to shut the stores off and go online only. This is what's happening. In 2 or 3 years, there might only be a couple of 100 stores left. It won't matter. The told you so's will go, see, I told you. They're going to do just like Blockbuster. They're going to shut all their stores, except for one problem. They're not going under. They're going over here to the e-commerce side, and they're going to take the company that direction. And this is where I think they're going to be a much leaner and meaner organization. They won't need to do the sales numbers that the 5,000 stores used to have to do to make just as much money as they used to make. Remember, there are 69 million shares outstanding. If they make $69 million in profit at the end of their year, they make $1 a share in profit. If they trade at 30 times earnings, they trade at $30 a share. If they make $2 a share profit, $140 million in profit, which I think will be a no-brainer for these guys, that's a $2 a share net profit for the stock. At 30 times earnings, that's a $60 stock. Where's the speculation? The upside from there is huge. E-commerce companies are trading at multiples of sales, not net earnings. Multiples of sales. If these guys are going to trade at multiples of sales equal to what Chewy's trading at right now, this stock's $131 now. But I think this stock is going to trade at a much higher level because they're going to have a much greater amount of sales online in the next few months as they convert over, especially over the next couple of years. And so it wouldn't surprise me if the e-commerce value of this company is a couple of $100 a share. And if they take advantage of the current prices of the stock and issue stock to the market and pad up their balance sheet dramatically as they shut down these stores, sell off their stores, they could have $5 billion cash on hand in the next 6 months, no debt, going into an e-commerce scenario, and they could be valued at $200 or $300 or $400 a share based on e-commerce sales. That's what's going on behind the scenes at the corporate level. But a lot of the analysts out there who've been following this company for decades, 10, 15 years, longer, they are right when they say, well, it's just a brick and mortar company. We don't see what the big deal is. They're not looking at the future. They're looking at the past. You can't trade at 73.44 right now or 73.21 right now on what they were 2 years ago. This stock is going to trade what it'll become. And that's what all these IPOs are about. What are all these SPACs about? The SPACs, the same thing. People are buying and the SPACs betting on what the company will be. That's what's happening here with GameStop. You can buy the stock now at $71.50 a share and decide in 2 years from now, will this stock be $250 or will it be 20 again? That's the risk. You're risking $50 versus an upside of much, much more. I think the short sellers are taking a risk that's beyond their capacity to handle. And I think they're going to get bought in big time, which is the underlying floor of support of the stock now. The second floor will be cash that they raise, hopefully now. That'll be the second support, raising their book value per share. And then the third level will be the confirmation, the transformation from a brick and mortar to an e-commerce company. Take them to a whole different level. And the valuations will be completely reanalyzed. And I can see the analysts going, okay. We're going to put a $200 valuation on this company. In a year, it'll be worth $200 a share because the online selling will be at that point. We have earnings coming out for the fourth quarter. Then we'll have estimates for the first quarter, and they will have an update for all of us shortly as to the direction of the company. But look for it to go digital, e-commerce. That's where it's headed. By the way, the website of GameStop that sells product online, they are selling ads on that website right now to suppliers like Nintendo and others. The website is a very valuable place to be on the GameStop property because it's the storefront. There are 55 million members of the Power Up Club that are on the website from time to time. They're all being notified of updates and news on games. I think this website's going to become much more involved in the day-to-day affairs of gamers. I think gamers are going to realize the website for GameStop is a place you want to be going to follow what's going on. And I think this is going to allow GameStop to charge a huge amount of money for advertising space on their web pages. And I would not put it past them that they'll make $1 or $2 a share just off the website that they run. Plus they'll make dollars a share from the profits of selling product off of the website. And if they make $5 a share profit in a year or two and they trade at 30, 40 times earnings, it's a $150, $200 stock. It's just that simple. I mean, it's that simple, but that complex and that complicated, and the company is headed that direction. That's what I'm trying to give a lot of you folks, the behind the counter stuff that's going on back in the boardroom, back at head office. These guys are busy. They're really busy transforming this company to a whole different kind of company. And a lot of people out there are figuring it out going, oh, I better buy this stock. It's trading at $70 a share right now. I should buy this company for this future right now. It's beginning to click. And with 70 million shares shorted, there's a floor of support for the stock that as every hour passes by right now, every hour that's passing by right now, more and more shorters are shorting the stock at these levels to try to buy it back at $55, $60 a share. They know they can't short it at $68, $70 a share right now and get it back at $4 a share in a week. It's not going back to $4 a share. It's not going back to $20 a share. So there are shorters trying to get out at 70 to get in at 65 or 60. But what's happening is there are shorters who are buying back the stock at 65, 70 to get out of a losing trade. And they're being replaced with new short sellers at current levels. And if the shares rise up in value today, tomorrow, the day after, next week, the week after, the short sellers will keep rolling over, and the floor gets lifted higher and higher for the downside of the stock. And that's why I think the downside is we're kind of seeing it here. It might be 40 a share. It might be 30 a share. I don't know. But the downside could be that. The high side could be what we had today, 159. It could be a week from now before we see 159 again. But it could be tomorrow before we see a new high above 159. This volatility is unbelievable. And it doesn't take away from the one final fact. There's only 69 million shares in existence. There are millions of people following the stock on a minute-to-minute basis. There are 2 billion gamers out there, and 55 million of them are members of the Power Up Club. The numbers on the upside for the company outnumber the number of shares that exist. If there were 2 billion shares trading of this stock right now, there would be no way it would be at 68 bucks a share. But because there are only 69 million shares in complete existence, total existence, actual shares, 69 million, this is such a tightly held stock for a large market that is discovering the story of the new GameStop that is about to come upon the market. So I hope that's helping you understand where we're at and what we're about. I hope I'm not confusing too many of you. I cannot guarantee what the shares will do because I'm not a soothsayer in that regard. I'm just telling you where we're at, what I see happening, and what it's doing. And at 69.98, the stock is just not giving up gobs of profits that it's made in the last week. This could be the new floor for the stock going forward. I don't know, but don't be surprised if it jumps 30, 40 bucks a share later this afternoon. Don't be surprised. Aftermarket, there'll be a lot less selling coming in the aftermarket. There could be 10 times more buying than selling in the aftermarket and in the pre-market tomorrow morning. It happened this morning when it hit 136 before we even opened the doors. There you have it. There's my overall take on what's going on. I hope that's helping you. I hope I'm not making it too promotional, but that's the way it is at the moment. The Dow is down 72 points on the day. It was down 400 earlier today when I went live. It's now down 72. There's a lot of money coming into the stock market again this afternoon. The NASDAQ is up 60. The S&P is up 6. GameStop is up $5.28 a share today at $70.29 a share. The low today, 61. The high today, 159.18. Who knew? I hope you enjoyed my live presentation today. I thank you all for giving me thumbs ups today. I really appreciate it. All of you made donations today on the super chats. I appreciate that. Of course, on PayPal. Thank you very much. I appreciate that too. Thank you for your comments and best wishes. I hope you do well on it. Keep an eye on this channel later today. I will likely do an update on the stock after the market closes tonight. I will be live on stock markets or traveling with Bruce. I will be live later today for sure. And I thank you all for following me. Ryan, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And again, I hope you found it entertaining. I hope you found it informative today. Hope I gave you lots to think about today. We have 655 thumbs ups today. I appreciate that very much. If those of you out there can throw a thumbs ups on this show, I would really appreciate it. It would help my channel get established on YouTube a little more. And I do appreciate that. Sharon is saying, I'll catch you later. She will be with us on our live shows on Traveling with Bruce today. Definitely looking forward to that. DK, very informative. Crispy, see you tomorrow. We'll see if we can go live again tomorrow. We'll let you know. But make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification icon. And if I do go live tomorrow, you will get an alert so you know I'm on again. And we'll keep her going. I'm on live tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time on Traveling with Bruce. So make sure to pop by and see me there. You can catch me on Traveling with Bruce at 8 o'clock Eastern time. If you want to join me at 7 o'clock Eastern in a very small setting, you can join my Traveling with Bruce page, become a subscriber, and join the group, the sponsor membership group there. And then you can follow me. You can join me live tonight. It runs you 33 cents a day to become a sponsor member of TWB. And you can join me at 7 o'clock Eastern for the sponsor show live at 7 o'clock for 1 hour, 7 to 8. And then at 8 o'clock, I go live on TWB tonight for all of my followers on that channel as well. And we do talk stock a little bit there as well. There you have it. That's it for this show. I've been live for I don't know how long. I'm kind of tired. I got to get off here and get some rest. 2 hours, 23 minutes live on this telecast. Thank you for being here today. and subscribing and catching me up, and 710 thumbs ups later. I appreciate that very much. It is fantastic of you to do that. I appreciate it. We'll catch you later this evening on Traveling with Bruce, and keep an eye on this channel in the meantime for a video tonight, and I might be live again tomorrow. All right, guys, there it is. I'm out of here. Best wishes from the Stock Markets with Bruce. Thank you for tolerating this crazy day, and we'll talk to you later, everybody. Bye for now.